Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing this fine evening? I'm getting everything sorted here. Let's launch the game, and let's not launch Tau, because I accidentally just launched the Tau patch. So, welcome, everybody. Hello, Jefferson. Welcome to tonight's grand Saturday night with the boys as we do a grand single faction tournament 1v1. So let me get the game going, and we will be starting the tournament very, very soon. And let's go over here. Let's get this going. Let's launch this in the background. Ding-ding-ding. And then let's head on over. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Saturday night fighting or tournament, which attracts more sweats? Dude, I think Saturday night is the big boy event. I think everybody likes the 1v1 setting. This is where true commanders of the field are made. And let's get the ball rolling. So we're going to go over to the browser scene, and we're going to be processing. Oh, this is my YouTube. Hi, guys. And we're going to be processing the check-ins. So let's reload the page one more time. Give everybody a chance to check in. Let's check the participants. There we go. Full attendance tonight. I'm very proud of you guys. Not a single one of you forgot to check in. That's actually at first, I think. We're going to go back to the group stage. We're going to process the check-in results. And ladies and gentlemen, I have wine tonight. Let me take a sip. Some Cabernet, some red wine. To get tonight's group stage of our single faction tournament on the roll. So, the second I press this button, we will begin the tournament. And I believe this will be the first round. So, let's get it started. All right, group stage has been formed and round one is live. I'm going to be posting this screenshot in chat, in the event chat. And round one is live. So, let's see. His tourney is already a huge success if everyone checked in. Literally, Fufu, it's fucking crazy. Hi, Alien. Excited to catch. Just recently found interest in Dawn of War after a day. Could have been sitting in my library. Dude, thank you so much, buddy. I'm trying to revive the scene here, and it's been really successful so far. We have a bunch of people signing up. So, let's get the first game on the roll. And who do we want to cast? You know what? Okay, we got to cast these two. Rebel and Fiery Marine. They will be the first two victims in this showcase. So, let's tag them both on the Discords. I believe these guys are here. So, it's Fiery and Rebel. Y'all are first to be casted. But so, reminder how tonight works. Let's swap over to the game scene. So there is a Swan Swanson and a Swan Knight. So confusing. Yeah. Hello, Vindicora is here. I have a game up for you. All right, Solidmatic. Best of luck fighting Ine. So let's go and host the event. Glad to see everybody still here. And do we have... Okay, they haven't hosted yet. So this is going to be Rebel versus Fiery. Match is hosted. And let's not do a 6v6. Let's do a 2v2 and move over here and get in here. And for those that don't know how this format tonight works is going to be 5 rounds of Swiss, best of 1, meaning each player will play 5 rounds. And then the top 4 players out of all the scores after 5 rounds will then move to the semis and grand finals. The semifinals are best of 1, and the grand finals are best of 3. So we have a map pool, and let's see what the first map tonight was. Shout out to Fufu Hunter for doing the Fufu roll, which I used for tonight's event, giving us the most competitive maps here for the event. And the first one is going to be Seawall Frontier. Seawall Frontier. Man, I started there. So, Rebel and Fiery, if you guys are in the chat or if you guys are in the Discord, the lobby is up, awaiting you guys to join. And how is everybody's evening? I have wine here for tonight. Usually I have beer, but the wifey wanted wine, and we have a lot left, so I'm a massive lightweight. With 1 glass, I'm usually having a grand old time. So, you know, we're here big time vibing. Ah, that's good. That's some good wine. Everybody excited for tonight? Any bets here? Well, speaking of bets, will these gamers show up? Let me see if... Where are they? Okay, they got tagged in the Discords. They know that it's here. And let's tag them again. Rebel. Lobby is hosted by me. Please join. And while we wait for these players to show up, let's get our very first prediction going for tonight. So, if you don't know how this works, we gamble away channel points, so then you can gamble away your life savings on Twitch, not in real life. This is not a gambling stream. And you can earn channel points to get cool redeems. So, the first one is going to be Fiery versus Rebel. So, get to gambling, ladies and gents. We'll do a 5-minute prediction. Boom! And my little UI there shows up for you guys. With a little bit of an audio cue. Where are these gamers? Do they have a lobby up? Oh no, they've already been here. Haha. Bro, we hosted and both of us are BRB. Whoops. Whoops. Alright, we will begin once y'all ready up. Alright, so we have Fiery Marine. What do I do, Lord?
The child.
Corrupt all. So true, Rebel. So we have Rebel here representing every Chaos Lord known to man. This man mains Chaos Lord and only Chaos Lord, right? And Fiery, what did you declare? Let's see. What did Fiery Moeen declare tonight, ladies and gents? Fiery Marine, where are you? Mr. Fiery, you did not declare faction. Who did you declare? IG? Fixed locations? No, it's gonna be random. Thank you for that. No, random. No, comma, random. Thank you.
These grunts in a shape.
Fiery, I'll report your faction as IG on challenge. Oh, you said IG in the... Well, buddy, you read the tournament rules. You gotta put it next to your name. Fiery, I can do that for you, though. IG. There you go. Saved. So that's been saved. I wanted orcs, but then I saw Fufu. Well, Fufu's here gonna be fiending with his orcs tonight. You know. And will we see the dreaded no Sentinel rush here with Fiery? Fiery hates the Sentinel. He hates the Sentinel. He likes to go guardsman spam usually, so. You ready, Chief? Superbacks not showing up, says Floyd. So, Floyd, thank you so much for that. I'm going to give them a 5-minute warning on the chat. Hey, bud, 5-minute warning for no show. Okay, so Floyd, if Supermax does not show up in 5 minutes, as of that message me again with a timestamp, and I will be giving you the win for that, okay? So, let's get this session on the roll, ladies and gentlemen. My cat Milo is behind me, wishing us the best, and I am going to take another sip of the wine. Oh my god, so true, Milo. Dude, I've been pampering my cat lately. We bought him like 3 more cat toys today. This guy is a fucking pampered little boy. I love him. Ladies and gentlemen of the Grimdark Future, welcome to tonight's first cast of tonight. We have the Chaos Sword here, played by Rebel, the Dark Sorcerer himself, the Worshipper of Chaos, versus Fiery Marine and his Lord Commissar. So, Lord Commissar got a little bit of a bust. I know that the Fist of Deimos is pretty strong. You know, I'm not sure if it's the Fist of Deimos. I don't know. It's a power fist here for the Lord Commissar, but Fiery does play a very unorthodox Imperial Guard. He doesn't like getting the Sentinel, as I meant before, but Rebel's a pretty tried and true classic player here of Chaos Lord. Bro, forgot to register my ass in the tournament. Archik, I might be able to register you late, but that means you'll have an automatic loss if you're interested to joining late. So, if you're willing to play with that small of a hamstring, you're more than welcome. No name. Oh, thank you so much for the YouTube channel. Can I have a link to the Discord channel? Sure, I'll drop it in a second. Just give me a second, buddy, and I'll drop you that link on YouTube. All right, so we have here the CSM tagging the guardsmen, probably in melee, forcing them back. We have Fiery here getting pushed as an early power bash situation might be happening here. Okay, CSM. Oh, nice play here by Fiery, getting the guardsman in the building, preventing the CSM from really doing much. But Heretics getting a big beating there by the guardsman as we see 2 Heretics coming out. Fiery here pulling up his resources, calling in generators as the CSM are just feasting in melee there, just tagging both guardsmen. But the guardsman, that building right there is preventing a lot of shenanigans from happening. Guardsman here using the heavy cover provided by the deployable cover right there. But the Heretics do tag them, forcing a little bit of a retreat. Immediately retreat, a lot of damage there, but actually didn't lose any models. So Fiery getting very lucky there. 3rd Guardsman is going to be hitting the field. Any upgrades? Where's the Lord Commissar in all this? Okay, the Lord Commissar has been securing the north, but look at this map control. Rebel doing sensational map control here in the middle and the bottom here with his Heretics and his Chaos Lord. The fact that Rebel could bully that much of Fiery, luckily Fiery did not lose a generator there, so he's not fully behind. He's just been losing a couple guardsman models, but in the end of things, that's not much, guys. Okay, Lord Commissar is going to be charging into battle though versus the CSM. Going to be tagging a couple there with his chain sword. To be very careful, he might bleed a model or 2. Okay, we do see the guardsman blasting away. Okay, we do see one of the guardsmen getting executed here by the Lord Commissar's ability. He loses a model, but they do a lot more damage. Okay. Heavy weapons team is on the field. This is going to be countering Rebels' double CSM army. This is a very blob A-move army right here. A heavy weapons team will completely suppress that. Luckily, the Chaos Sword is immune to suppressants, so he can literally lead the charge as these guardsmen are desperately trying to get the decap. Heretics and Lord are there. We do see the Lord knock them over, but they do get the decap. The guardsmen really low, but the heavy weapons team is going to be suppressing the Heretics. Chaos Lord is on his way. Heretics providing the corn buff to give him a movement speed, and we've got him brain bugged. Hello, Becca. Okay, Lord Commissar here providing a little bit of resource, completely surrounded by Chaos Space Marines, but he does not give a damn. He's getting his power sword to help him deal with that armor. Heavy weapons team gets inside the building as they're getting chased by the Chaos Sword, and we do see the Lord Commissar completely surrounded. Luckily, he does have the Iron Halo there to provide him a little bit of support. Heavy weapons team is setting up point blank, but the Chaos Sword immediately shuts them down. He does get a face full of heavy bolter. Commissar is on his back, trying to wipe them. Heavy weapons team sets up in the building. Rebel might lose his Chaos Sword if he's not careful. He might be losing his Chaos Sword. The Stomp does heal him. The Lord Commissar desperately trying to take him down. Lord Commissar, ladies and gentlemen, does go down. That could have gone either way, but Fiery Marine now officially a little bit behind, losing his Lord. We do see the first wipe here. We do see artillery spotters coming out here from Fiery. These are going to be countering heavy weapon squads, but I don't know if they'll do much versus 2 CSM.
Fight harder.
Bro, 7TV not here. Who's 7TV, Archik? The artillery spotters here moving down in the bottom. Up in the north, we do see the Heretics countering the capture point. Victory point still relatively tied-ish. 7TV is an emote service. Oh. What is that? I'm so new to streaming. I don't know what 7TV is. Yeah, Heretics moving up. Down in the bottom, we do see the guardsmen. So really good map control here for Fire. Even though he's been behind in tempo of engagements and stuff, he still managed to do it. Ooh, okay. Dropping a smoke on himself. Giving a little bit of cover as he tries desperately to get that cap. CSM do tag them in melee. These artillery spotters very, very, very dire. Okay, forced to retreat. Lose 2 models. Down to 1 model. But the Lord Commissar is going to be preventing anything else from happening. Nice use of the artillery grenade right there. Knocking over the CSM so they can run away. Okay, we do see the Lord Commissar. Not the Lord Commissar. Chaos Sword does get the Iron Halo, Dark Halo there to give him a massive HP pull. Okay, CSM pushing up here, but the guardsmen in cover. So far, we see both players posturing. They're in the middle of the transition. Rebel has the economy relatively soon, just missing energy to go to tier 2. Lord Commissar here tagging the CSM, preventing a capture. Heretics are right there, but then be focusing the capture, but they'll be shut down here by the heavy weapons team. They still might get the capture and then manage to retreat. We do see an arty strike being called on them. Oh my god, a little bit of friendly fire too. That Lord Commissar got a concussion out of that. Chaos Lord just blasted away by the guardsman, but he managed to get the victory, but that's immediately going to get decapped right there by the guardsman. Double CSM going to be pushing back the Lord Commissar. He still has his shield at full energy. And again, beautiful map control from Rebel. Rebel here trying to save up to go to tier 2. Has 4 energy left before it goes to tier, but Fiery actually researches tier 2 first. Okay, Corn Worship giving a movement buff to everybody here. CSM trying to bum rush the guardsman in melee. Lord Commissar is going to be in melee. Chaos Lord face tanking the heavy bolt over the shield, trying to suppress them, but the heavy bolt doing sensational damage, ladies and gentlemen. The Chaos Lord got down by the heavy weapons team. Guardsmen, on the other hand, almost got wiped by the CSM. Heretics are now in melee. Heavy weapons team desperately trying to set up as the Lord Commissar is being bullied here by the CSM and the Heretics. That was a very painful loss, but the Heretics do tag and suppress the heavy weapon squad. Other CSM are forced back by the Lord Commissar, and a little bit of a messy fight here for Rebel. Losing his Lord to the heavy weapons team's point blank is a choice. Heavy weapons team forced back here by the Heretics, but the Heretics are completely surrounded. Lord Commissar and a guardsman just blasting away is going to be very painful to them. Okay, we do have a Chaos Lord here fighting the good fight, just face tanking everything. Chaos Lord just trying to buy time as Rebel gets us to tier 2, forced to retreat right there. Oh no, did a paint bucket just explode into your hand, Becca? Damn, that's awful. I hope you're okay. Did you manage to get it off? Okay, Heretics do tag the artillery spotters and suppress, forcing your retreat right there. Good pick there. Other Heretics, other CSM, sorry, forced to retreat as the Lord Commissar's Power Sword is very potent against CSM targets. Ooh, Heretics almost getting wiped there by the double guardsmen, so they don't have an aspiring champion yet. The first squad, I believe, does, but these guys do not. Tier 2 already researched, and we do see a Chimera on the field. Rebels' army is not tech there to handle a vehicle at this moment, and we might see a power bash here coming from Fiery. Problem is, it is a kitchen and bathroom paint, so it was water resistant. Oh no, I hope you can get out of your hands, honey. That sucks.
One of our generators is under attack.
Okay, we see the heavy weapons team trying to capture some of the map, but sensational map play coming here from Fiery so far. Power bash on the way as the guardsmen do focus fire. And do we see a mine? Yeah, we do see mines being deployed. Those heretics are going to get bullied by those mines right over there. Okay, the guardsmen getting bullied here. Heavy weapons team is set up, suppressing the CSM as the guardsmen do have plasma guns now. They're going to be eating away through the Corn army as the CSM are Mark of Corn. But if they touch anything in melee, they'll be eviscerating anything. Like, look at that. The plasma fire there from the guardsmen is going to be very potent against CSM. CSM being thrown into melee with the guardsmen, but the Chimera is immediately there to provide support. CSM needs to be very careful, but they're doing sensational damage as those guardsmen manage to jump into the Chimera for safety. Lord Commissar might wipe this one singular CSM squad down to 70 health. The Chimera could chase, trying to dome it, sub 60 health there on that CSM, but I think it manages to live, unless it hits the mines, but luckily the mines are spotted, so they will be disabled for that moment. Rebel a little bit on the back foot here, victory points fight, sub 230 points for Rebel to 464 here for Fiery. Okay, we do have the power generator getting fully wiped. And we might see a third going down. CSM leading the charge, but Rebel needs to be very cautious here. The Chimeras is going to be basically being a clown car situation. Lord Commissar are doing great damage against the CSM. They do have the Sergeant, but they're going to be bleeding models left and right. Heretics do tag the Commissar, but the CSM, even though they're chasing, doing a little bit of damage, Rebel might lose his squad here, but it has a lot of health in the last model. 200 health, he might manage to live. Does manage to live there. Okay, we do see the other CSM and the Lord tag the Chimera, but again, Rebel lacks any anti-tank serious enough to do any damage. Heavy weapons team being bullied, and yeah, Lord Commissar full surrounded, doing great damage to everything around him, but the Chimeras, okay, we do see the Heretics here with the grenade launchers doing a little bit of AoE damage, but look at this, the CSM are getting bled dry by the Commissar. Rebel needs to be very cautious here. These CSM might be going down. They do have 100 health with the plasma fire. Okay, they don't get focus fire. We do see one of the Heretics get full wipe here on Rebel's side, but it is an absolute bloodbath as Fiery Marine has now triple capped Rebel. Floating Brain. Oh, hello, Floating Brain. I believe you are new. don't know if I've ever chatted before, but I've been watching the VODs. I'm glad you've been enjoying the VODs, buddy. Welcome to the live stream tonight. But congratulations to Fiery Marine for taking round 1 as a victory tonight. What'd you think, Scarab? To be honest, though, you were getting bullied early game, but you played really well. I don't know, Rebel, why did you go double CSM? I think you needed Raptors to shut down the thing. First time in a 1v1 tournament, happily to finally get the chance missing on the last few ones. Solid, thank you so much for showing up. So hard to deal with scouts on a map with buildings, yeah.
Is this crazy?
The God's lessons are beautiful. So I owe a Discord invite to the YouTube chat since we have a couple people there requesting some stuff. Okay, so Supermax did not show up. Thank you for that. So Supermax will be losing that. So let's swap on over to the browser scene so we can do a little bit more admin stuff. So let's do some group stage shenanigans. Let's give this victory to Floyd. Supermax did not show up. And congratulations to Fiery for winning this event. Not the event, this round, buddy. This round. We do have a couple other reports. And let's end the prediction so we can get everybody their channel points. So Fiery getting a bunch of votes, and congratulations on that one. Supermax desperately waiting on the Tau build. No. 1,500 points go to Inakura and High Alien. Congratulations, guys. So let's looking back at this. Oh yeah, I needed to drop a Discord link for the boys on YouTube. So let's do that. Invite to server. We're gonna copy this and we're gonna go over to our YouTube chat and drop the link. So there is a link to the Discord for those who want to watch it over there on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us there. My cat is going crazy style in the background, but I got some wine. Oh, hello guys. I'm showing you guys my YouTube VOD. I did not mean to do that. That's awesome. And let's see this. So right now we're just waiting on Swan Knight and Tom to finish their game, and then round 2 will be generated. Yes, we are. Is Milo doing flag play? No, Milo right now is currently underneath my desk trying to mess around with my cables here. Please do not unplug my stream. That'd be awful. There better be wine for me. There's still a good chunk of wine. Get away this time. Crash faster. Jefferson says hi to you, Mr. Milo. I wish I could have a Milo cam, but he walks around a lot during my streams. He thinks I'm talking to him, so he gets pissed off. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, round 2 has been generated. Let's start to casting. So let's go back to the event chat. Whoa! Where the heck arena is the event chat? There it is. And we're going to be doing round 2 is live. Round 2 is live. So, Artchick, are you still in chat? You wanted to maybe be added there, right? Artchick, if you're still in chat, let me know so I can add you for the next round. And let's let the best Swan win. Absolutely. Are the Swans having a duel of fates? It seems to be. Who do we want to cast this time? Who do we want to cast this time? To be honest, I'm very inclined just to do the double Swan Knight game. The double Swans. But I think that'd be miserable trying to cut. Oh, we have Tom and Fufu. Let's do that. Let's cast Tom and Fufu. So we have Tom Derry versus Fufu Hunter. Y'all are next. Let me host. So let's see if they have the game up, and we'll be hosting that shortly. So let's get back. Why would you, says Tom? Says it's okay. Why am I paired with the guy who lost, says Deimos? So it's basically on skills. The first 2 rounds just kind of determine everybody's skill level. And don't do my boy Tom like that. Why, Tom, are you not confident? Do you not want to be casted? If you don't want to be casted, I'll give you the choice. Just say no cast, and I won't cast your game, and we'll do something else. Let's go. Whatever, says Tom. All right, gotcha. Let's cast Senior Tom. I'm not Fiery. He's an organized German, so he might actually have. Yep, he immediately has the lobby up. Okay, we've snuck in here. And second map is Fortuna Sanctum. Let's swap over to the game. And let's get another prediction on the way. So who wins Tomathan versus Fufu. So Tomathan here on his Space Marine, and Fufu here on his Orcs. Ah, dude, this white is so good. Where can I watch replays of games I've played? No name. If you're on the event tonight, you can watch the VOD on Twitch. Oh, Becca, thank you so much for the sub. Why did I get another random thing right there on the side? Stream Elements should not be doing that. Let me fix that. But thank you so much, Becca, for the Prime sub. Milo, chill, buddy, chill. Chill. So let's fix Stream Elements real quick. That should have not happened. Two things. I probably added something by accident, but let's go to overlays. Let's edit this. And we do have a random alert box there. There you go. That's saved, so we won't have overlapping stuff right there. And ladies and gentlemen, let's get the event started. Let's ready up so it'll auto start. Thank you so much, Becca, for being my sugar mama. I love you. Archik, let me know. DM me on the event chat if you want to still participate. I can add you for the next round. Or I can make you sub in for somebody. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to round 2 of tonight's 1v1 single faction tournament. Up in the north, we have the dreaded Orc Commando Knob, Fufu Hunter. And down in the south, we have the humble apothecary here with Tomathan Tom Derry himself, leading the charge. We do see the classic opening here, and in the Orcs, I say it every Steam. Either you're a double shooter type of guy, or you're a double slugger type of guy, and Fufa leans heavily into the double shooter. So, have you heard Twitch recently? I love swing. Oh, Dogs Over Easy, thank you so much for the Prime sub, buddy. Sensational, my guy. Thank you for that. Alright. Oh, dude, we had a hype stream started. Let's fucking go, guys. That's fucking awesome. Alright, we have the tactical squads moving up here. And we do see an early engagement. We do see the scouts being bullied here as the Knob does his usual things. Tom having a little bit of a crash out right there as we see a... You guys are just spamming votes here for Fufu. Oh, did I not start the next prediction? Slash prediction. That's what I thought. No, I did. You guys just haven't been all voting for fucking Fufu. Okay, we do see the early engagements here between the shooter boys and friends here. Apothecary leading the charge. For beautiful retreat right there from Fufu. Not wanting to lose any models as the Orcs are very squishy between focus fire. But dude, that makes me so happy that we can have a mixed YouTube chat, because if that's the case, I'll definitely add a bot or something to mix them so people can do both. Okay, we do see the scouts here training into a little bit of the double sluggers, but they can easily push back these scouts. We do see double attacks coming out from Tomathan Derry here. Second squad stacks are on the way, but looks like Fufu... Actually, I take that back. I was thinking he was a double shooter type of guy. He went double slugger this game. Oh my god, the ranged firepower here from Tom, bleeding a model instantly, forcing retreat. But map control-wise is a little bit dead even, as both players are just swarming through the map. Commando Knob trying to get a decap here, but the Apothecary and the other tac squads pushing back the Knob there. Okay, we do see a little bit of banter between both players. And so far, Fufu's the only one from capturing his home objective. Apothecary trying to tag the Commando Knob in melee, but he's completely surrounded by the Slugger Boys, forced to retreat as he takes a ton of damage. Commando Knob tagging the tactical squads in melee, forcing a retreat. Curious to see if the Commando Knob has been focusing on that Apothecary. Might have been able to down him. Other tactical squads are there to focus fire, but the Slugger Boys do get the boners, giving them power melee as well. Going to be doing sensational damage, but causing a mass retreat here from Tom. The Commando Knob very close to getting down there, but the Sluggers there preventing a retreat. We do see Assault Marines on the way, but we do see Ludas here on the platform. Double Ludas being called here by Fufu. I hope to God that's not an accidental double purchase there from the Ludas. Okay, Apothecary there to lead the charge as well. Didn't know Commando Knob got a melee charge with his default Gum. Yeah, the Commando Knob is really good in like sub early tier 1 because he can bully scouts and stuff like that with his melee. It's pretty decent. Luda's going to be instantly suppressing the Apothecary, but we almost see a wipe there on the Commando Knob. 46 health. If that Luda wasn't there to suppress the poor Apothecary, Tom waiting in his Assault Marines to engage here. Okay, double Ludas are now on the field. Okay, Assault Marines immediately shut down the Ludas, but there's a Slug Up Boy with power melee and a Shooter Squad right there. The Ludas do manage to get out. Assault Marines are forced to retreat as the Ludas start immediately setting up again. Double attacks doing sensational damage, but the Assault Marines shut down the Ludas again. But if you're having issues with a setup team, just have a second one setting up right behind it because that prevents this entire Space Marine army from moving up. There's a beautiful choke point here being covered here by Tom. But look at this. Tom's natural resources have not been captured. Fufu doing a sensational play here. 500 victory points to 380 right now. Okay, Tactical's desperately, very ambitiously trying to get a cap there, but the shenanigans here of the Luda squad invisible, forcing Tom here back. I gotta chill down with my wine. I have a problem drinking wine where I sip it too fast, but the scouts here completely surrounded by the Orcs army. He has to be very careful here as the Luda start shooting, but they do not suppress. Submarine's gonna be chasing here. Tomathan here leading the charge, shutting down one of the Ludas. Commando Knob is there. Second Luda squad does set up and is going to be suppressing the submarines, but they do manage to get their jump and shut down the other one, but they're completely surrounded here by two Slug Up Boys there with power melee. The other tags are doing great damage to Rain. Apothecary is tagging the other ones. One of Luda's squads is very careful, but ladies and gentlemen, the Apothecary full surround. That heal saved his life right there, but the suppression from the double Ludas is so powerful here. Tom needs like a Razorback or something tier 2, but his eco is looking very rough since Fufu's been doing a sensational map control so far. Fufu here with the 500 victory points, that's rare. Dude, literally, Fufu's been a dreaded night here of beating up back these victory points early on. He usually trades, but look, these burnouts are now going to be pushing Tom's economy even further now. Attacks are on their way to do a little bit of damage. Commando Knob using an infiltration to try to tag something in melee maybe. Okay, Apothecary leading the charge here, but Fufu does get a pure power bash. Just the power node. Oh, we do see a point-blank grenade. Gonna be stunning the entire Space Marine army. Then we see the Slug Up Boys immediately counter-engage. Beautiful Commando Knob play there from Fufu. The Slug Up Boys are now feasting. We do see a shotgun blast coming out, or a Larian's blessing here from the Apothecary, forcing the Orcs back. But that was a really good micro. But see, look, even though Fufu outplayed Tom there, the raw DPS and armor of the Space Marines really punished that one of those Slug Up Boys squads right there. Okay, Shooter Boys over here on the other side. Scouts do have the shotguns. Going to be helping there with the Slug Up Boys. But tier 2 is going to be researched here by Fufu. I fear that the game is rapidly slipping between Tom's hands. Einz Apple, can you pull me out of this tourney after this game? I'm done. I'm just going to watch. Sure. Einz, what's your username on Challenge? Just drop your username and I'll make sure to drop you. You can forfeit yourself, though, which just speeds up the process. Okay, Submarine's getting a decap right there, but the Luda's going to be immediately suppressing them. Double Ludas. That's so unfortunate. That little corner of the Luda shooters right there, preventing the cap. Okay, we do see the Apothecary moving up, but Tom a little bit in shambles as he's now nowhere close to getting tier 2. Fufu is getting tier 2 right now. The double Luda shenanigans really strong. Fufu is banking heavily on a tier 2 economy as well. Okay, Tactical Squad's getting bullied here, so because the fact that Tom went double attacks, he's getting punished heavily by these Ludas. Okay, Commando Knob here getting bullied. Nice shotgun blast, knocking him over as the Tactical Squad do focus fire, but the giant melee blob of the Orcs is moving forward. There's a lot of range heavy firepower coming from the Space Marines. If those Ludas do shut them down, it's a little bit over right now. Tier 2 fully researched by Fufu. Lama, what is that squad split? Rook, I don't know. Tom is just doing some crazy stuff. So is Fufu. We do see a weird boy coming out. That's pretty weird. Okay, Ludus boys setting up. Sadly, does not suppress anything. Tom desperately needs to go to tier 2. He does have the wreck and eco for it. He needs to do it now rather than later. Okay, we do see the submarine shutting down one of the Ludas, but the Ludas right behind them do prevent the suppression from going through. Ooh, beautiful shotgun blast, but the raw DPS of the Shooter Boys and the Ludas is piling up. One of the scouts almost fully wiped. Submarine's almost fully wiped. And we do see a massive retreat being called here by the Space Marines. Fufu being a Dark Lord this game, pushing back everything. Why are you doing Space Marine blobs and orcs as Tom in in-game chat? Damn. This looks like an interesting game. Yeah, Tomathan is here doing double tax, but Fufu really prevented the double tax from being successful with the double Ludas. Weird Boy is on the way, getting the Warpath upgrade right now, granting him Daka Daka Daka. Okay, tier 2 being reached here by Tom, but Fufu's going to be spreading out and already contesting 3 objectives there. Okay, we do see the Space Marines moving up together. He needs to be very careful. This blob is instantly countered by the Weird Boy's AoE abilities. Okay, first blast going in. Going to be knocking over the submarines, cramping the Shooter Boys a little bit of recourse right there. Okay, we do see a little bit of a smite coming out there from the Weird Boy. So far, we do see Tom here doing a massive... What is he doing? He's probably leading the charge to the other victory point. But triple cap coming out here from Fufu. The scouts do manage to get the decap, but there's a bunch of orc present right there. Tom Kukaderi, yeah. My opponent is absent. You might want to remove from the wreck. Deimos, who is your opponent? Is it Supermax? Let me know, because we can drop him, essentially. And Ein Zappo, if you're still in chat, let me know what your username on challenge was as well. Oh, did the 2 Swans have the dreaded fight there? Who won? Was it Swan or Swan? Okay, we do see a nasty there, Weird Boy blast coming out. Wait, how do I have less channel points than I won? It's called tax. You have to pay taxes on your channel points. How I fund these events. You dropped off yourself? Okay, perfect. I'll double check that. Swan won? All right, thank you so much, Souther Swan. Okay, Weird Boy doing a massive AoE suppression there. And we do see, ladies and gentlemen, a Whirlwind on the field there. Very curious pick here. We do see... What? Is this the dreaded double fucking Whirlwind from Tom? What are we doing this game? Or it's completely shutting down the Whirlwind as it cannot shoot its AoE missiles while it's literally being bum rushed here. Scouts being forced back, and ladies and gentlemen, the Whirlwind's completely surrounded by power melee, though. The Slugger Boys have enough melee DPS to actually kill this. Oh, that's painful. 1 Whirlwind down, but luckily Tom had the foresight to buy a second one. Oh, dear God, the massacre of this game. Oh, no, we do see a tactical squad getting full wipe. A scout squad also got wiped there. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like it's going to be a completely one-sided match tonight as Fufu is dominating this game so far. Okay, this is just a complete slobber knocker of a fight. Weird Boy just feasting. I don't know. The double Whirlwind was ambitious there, Tom. Luda is going to be power bashing right there. And GG is called by Tomathan. Ladies and gentlemen, Fufu will win tonight's event. And let's end the prediction. So prediction, let's give the points here to Fufu. First game of Tom, where I haven't seen him been floating. That's awesome. So who was it? Deimos, if you're still in chat, who was your opponent? Let's double check that right now. Let's swap on over to the browser scene here so we can look at the tournament. And Deimos, so Supermax has not shown up. So we would probably have to drop it here if he hasn't shown up here for 2 rounds because he's probably not there. And Eins did drop. So luckily we're still at 16 players tonight. So the next group stage should be still even. So nobody's going to get a bye round. But how is everybody in chat? Shooters, double sluggers, and double looters, Tom. That was literally such an unorthodox build, Tom. It was evil. I'm trying to remember to stay positive and enjoy what I can with this tournament, as there are a good number of players. Just well beyond the others. Yeah. So Saturday night, Solid is like where the champions come out of the woodworks to duke it out, because Saturday nights most of the time have prize pools. But listen, the only way you get better at this is if you get your ass kicked in these events. I'm hungry. That's how I feel. Oh no, Becca, you're hungry. I hope you get some snacks when you get home. You did do the Deimos? Is that the dreaded Deimos build? But we're just waiting to have a couple players here to report their scores. Who the hell is Hot Cock Sauce? What is that username? Who the living hell is that? What the heck, Areno? Hey, just checking my DMs here. Peppy of Might and Magic. I want to know. What the hell? Didn't expect Whirlwind to get deleted in a few seconds. Literally, Tom, the problem is that Slugger Boys have power melee the second they get, what's it called? The Burnus. And you know, once the Sluggers get a full surround, they can hit the rear armor, and that just chunks through the armor. But how is everybody else doing tonight? I'm going to be just checking some admin stuff here. Have another mention here? Question mark? Oh, did I send the invite on the wrong way? Whoops. Let's add an invite there. Copy that, and then there we go. So the invite is right there. Okay. Lost too often to 2x Stack Apothecary, kept playing 2x Shooters. My idea was that you go Mauled after Apothecary Deathfall. Tom tried to counter Fufu, but little did Tomathan know that Fufu is the dreaded Orc Master here, dude. He knows. He knows exactly what to do. Just waiting a couple more opponents. There's a couple more games. The Orcs are the masters of the Mauled. And so far, I don't know. These events these rounds have been going fucking fast. Curious to see how Rebel and 505 and Hot Cock Sauce himself. But let's take a look at the participants and the standings. Oh, I was actually at the right place to look at the standings. So far, these are the top 4 players. We have Deimos, Ine, Fufu, and Floyd. I expect Ine and Deimos and Fufu to be the top 3 there. Top 4? I have not personally seen Floyd play, so I have no idea if he's a Dark Lord or not. Hot Cock Sauce lost his first game. No, dude, you're the chat's champion with that username. Can we just call him Hawks for short? Sure. Mila, why are you being so loud? You've already been fed, little boy. My cat wants attention. I played with you. I gave you a tube of food. You're good, buddy. He's just being dramatic, guys. Yo, Salty, is there a reason why you do Dawn Award tournaments anymore? So, Swan, the only reason I didn't do Dawn Award tournaments is because the balance wasn't that exciting. I just felt that Eldar were always going to win. But, Swan, Relic did announce that they're doing community balance patches, and if that's the case, you know, I'm very curious to see how that goes, because I really do want to cast games in that. So Once those the first community balance patch goes out, I'll be doing a Dawn of War 1 tournament for sure. I'll still be covering Dawn of War 1 and 2 equally, probably Dawn of War 2 more, but I do want to do Dawn of War 1 events as well. Dramatic like his dad? Absolutely. I loved Dawn of War 1 when it was new. I struggled to go back to it after Dawn of War 2 though. To me, I just struggled because the meta was rough. Melee was bugged, but they fixed melee according to their latest patch note, right? So it's really, 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 really curious. You see his reaction to... Dude, don't call me out! I fucking hate getting super glue when I'm building my minis. Like, it's this sensory overload that I get on my fingers, dude. I get so fucking annoyed the second I get super glue. It's annoying as hell. Tomathan, what happened? Do you not feel anything, Tom, after getting bullied there by the double Ludas? To be honest, I prefer Dawn of War 1 over Dawn of War 2, but that's just me. Swan says Swan Knight. To be honest, I prefer Dawn of War 2 because Dawn of War 1 is still a little bit crunchy and old for me. Turner. Oh, Archik, do you want to be added to the event? Yes or no? I need to know right now to see if I can add you. You prefer 4 over 2? Ine, fuck you for still being in the fucking alpha test. Nobody that I know got in, dude. Absolutely nobody got in. Are you pub stomping in? You do want to get out at our check. All right, cool. I shall add you to the event. I think I can late add you. So, oh no, you got screwed over, buddy. I can't add you. It says it's already started. Sorry, bud. I would prefer 4 was allowed into those betas. Dude, literally same. Like, I do hope that if we build enough of a community, I can get allowed to do some Dawn of War 4 content for you guys, because I would love to be able to do that. Yeah, Archik, just make sure you sign up for the next one. I'll be doing more posters tonight and doing next week's stream schedule. Next week's stream schedule, Tuesday's going to be a community night. Thursdays, I might do another 3v3 or I might do another 1v1 tournament. Is it wait and see for that. But it's Saturday night, it's going to be the tried and true one. So let's check back at the group stage to see how the reporting's going. And we're waiting on Rebel and 505. We're having a duel of fates right now. Doesn't Mr. Warhammer know about the famous Dawn of War VTuber, the Salty Scarab? Dude, we got the branding for that, all right? We're going to carry that. Where's the 2v2 tournament for maximum map salt? Okay, so I want to gauge community engagement right here. Do you guys want to do a pre-made 2v2 event next week? Do you guys think that's a cool thing? Fiery says yes. Solid says he prefers 1v1. 2v2 is sick. I'd be down. Tom says, hey, if there are players. Floating, we've actually gotten a lot of stuff. Oh, okay, yeah. I was yapping, and round 3 is generated, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this thing going on the road. So, round 3 is generated. Round 3 is up. So, let's see. Who do we want to cast? Okay, so I believe FOV1, is that the dreaded... Okay, won and a loss. Who do we want to cast? Okay, we have Jefferson and 505 here. We might do that. We have Breadnought and Swan. Okay, between Jefferson and 505 and Swan Knight and Bread, who do you guys want to watch? Fufu versus Fiery? Ooh, that is a very dreaded one. Okay, let's give Fufu another try. Right? I believe that might be a very... Yeah, let's do that one. So let's tag them again. We might be able to sneak into Fufu's lobby because he's usually pretty good at that. Okay, Fufu is there. So let's do another Fufu versus Fiery cast right now. Let's move on to the Observer. And we're doing... Swap over here. Solstice Plateau for game 2, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get the prediction going for you guys. Oh, misspelled that. And who wins? Fufu versus Fiery. Fufu's been feasting this event so far. I have a feeling that this favors orcs and VPs massively. Yeah, especially if you do... I don't know. I'm very curious to see. Now this map... Oh, Fiery, you can't complain. This is in the competitive role, guys. Mr. Fiery, you are IG, sir. Not random. There we go. Is random faction allowed? So random factions are allowed. Thank you so much for your first time chat there, buddy. But you can't swap ever. You just get random the entire time, essentially. Okay, Fiery going to the bathroom. Dude, get auto-modded. Behave, buddy, or Twitch is gonna bonk you. Just doing some couple bit of admin stuff. Okay, we got a replay and stuff. Is random any viable? Does the opponent see what your random faction is at the start? So you actually don't see what you're up against in the load screen. It does show up as random. It does show up on... Like, you literally don't know who you're fighting up until you see their first unit, essentially. So it is viable, but, I mean, if you don't get a faction you're good at, you know, it's going to be pretty rough. There are a lot of players in tonight's event that have so many fucking hours that they can pull off random, right? Okay, Rook here with a dreaded Dark Lord knowledge here. If you click over their base as soon as the game loads in, you can see their HQ for half a second, Lamau. Yeah, guys, be nice to Senior Auto Mod. Alright, Fiery, good luck, sir. And any predictions tonight between Fufu and Fiery, guys? Let's get the predictions going. Okay, and looks like we're going to be loading in for tonight's round 3. We're fucking flying everything through these. I feel like, dude, this thing is the fastest tournament we've done so far. Like, dude, we've blown through 3 rounds already. Ladies and gentlemen of the Grimdark Future, welcome to round 3. Up in the north, we do have Fufu Hunter here with the Slugga Boys. Down south, we do have the Lord Commissar here with Fiery Marine. Both players in good luck, have fun, as have a dreaded fight so far. Slugga's pushing up, and we do see both players just, you know, just setting up, giving each other love and DMs and such. Everybody keeps saying that the orcs might have a map advantage here, but I'm very curious to see how that translates to tonight's game.
Where's me squig ointment?
Okay, we have the commando knobs here. Guardsmen moving up as well. And we do see double shooters here coming from Fufu. No double sluggas this time. Fiery might as well... Yeah, Fiery probably is going to get the dreaded triple guardsman. No sentinel this game. Okay, Slugga Boys doing a little bit of, you know, shenanigans there, getting shot there by the Commissar's ranged DPS there. The bolter that the Commissar gets is actually pretty nasty, not gonna lie. Not a lot of action so far, as both players are just capturing their sides of the map. Okay, we do see Fufu moving on to the victory point here in the middle first. Okay, we do see Slugger Boys trying to engage against the Guardsmen. Guardsmen going to be electing to move away as they do lose this fight pretty hard. Commissar is going to be immediately there, popping his shield as the other Guardsmen force the Sluggers back. So we might see Fire here dominating the side of the map, but immediately Fufu heads on over to Fiery's power generators that are completely exposed. You found bread for 1 kroner? That's crazy. Okay, power node immediately going to be taken offline. This is a very expensive loss here for Fiery. Fiery is actually electing to go save that. Looks like Fufu did not manage to completely get the power bash right there. We do see the dreaded 1v1 of the century as a grenade does go out. Hits one of the Guardsmen. Guardsmen do turn around and do massive amounts of DPS to the Knob. But the Slugger Boys and Shooter Boys do turn around. Commissar 1v1ing the Knob, knocking him over. Knob in a very precarious situation right now. Guardsmen trying to move back desperately. Turning around to blast and focus fire the Knob. Knob in a very precarious situation. Fiery should probably get inside one of these buildings. There's buildings right here he can get inside to, but it's just awkward due to the map placement. Knob forced to retreat, but as well as the entire guard army is forced to retreat, giving Fiery access to the rest of these resources. Okay, artillery spotters are on the field doing a little bit of smoking and barrages. Generators being recalled right now. But the power bash will continue until morale improves. Generator canceled there by Fiery as he likes to get a third heavy weapon squad instead. Probably the right call. Slugger Boy is going to be capturing here. Probably going to be taking out that power node as well. But the Guardsmen and Commissar do move up. Let's take a little bit more wine. Okay, generator being saved here by the repairs of the Guardsmen. Milo is back to demand more attention from me, guys. What's up, little guy? Dude, I literally played with you for like 20 minutes, dude. What happened? Okay, Shooter Boys doing a little bit of DPS. 30 spotter setting up, calling in a smoke bomb on top of the Shooter Boys, preventing their range DPS. Other Shooter Boys going to be in cover, going to be negating a lot of damage there from the Guardsmen. Guardsmen building their own cover right there. Commando Knob going to be probably throwing a grenade very soon. Going to be sending every one of the Guardsmen squad is very low. Grenade does come out. Guardsmen do block it and run away. Commando Knob being focused fire by the Lord Commissar, but we do have another Slugger Boys on the way. Triple Slugger and double Shooter here coming from Fiery. Not from Fiery, sorry, from Fufu. Okay, Commando Knob tagging these Guardsmen in melee, bullying them. Artillery Spiders struggling to do anything right now. Slugger Boys getting bullied in return by the Commissar, who's going crazy style in melee. Lord Commissar just bleeding models from that one Shooter squad and the Commando Knob, but Lord Commissar is completely surrounded and forced to retreat. Heavy Weapons team is on the field, do set up to suppress the Slugger Boys, but they will get that power bash. They're in an awful angle there as the Shooter Boys can flank them. They're actually doing sensational DPS against those Sluggers. But the Shooter Boys will be countering the Heavy Weapons and blasting away. One of the Slugger Boys is forced to retreat. Artillery Spotters being called, knocking over the Commando Knob. They should have hit the Shooter Boys instead. And yeah, it's just a massive tier 1 rush here coming from Fufu. Fufu's trying to out-trade tier 1 so he can solidify the game and prevent Fiery from going to tier 2. Hello, Slove. Hello, hi. Thank you so much for your first time chat, buddy. Hope you're having a good one. Okay, we do see the Lord Commissar pushing back here the Slugger Boys. Heavy Weapons team is moving up. And we do see some shenanigans. Triple Sluggers on top of 2 Shooters. Shit, dude, Backstory. Literally, this is like the most massive tier 1 army I've ever seen Fufu do. Jefferson, why are you hating on the map? This map is a classic. Okay, we do see the Slugger Boys moving into the city. Are these Slugger Boys just 2 models? Okay, that's kind of crazy. Fufu might be saving up a bunch of beat up orcs to use his army ability. Okay, these Slugger Boys still, like, does Fufu have any upgrades? He only has big Shooter upgrades. Okay, we do see the orcs flood the map here. Going to be attempting a power bash there. Fiery does not have the units right now to contest. Surly Spider's being bullied back as we do see the massive orc wall moving it down through the middle. Heavy weapons team are immediately set up there. They'll be suppressing those sluggos, doing sensational damage on the opening volleys. Jesus Christ, that damage on those sluggos. Commando Knob is there, probably going to be throwing a little bit of a grenade. Does get spotted by the flare. Guardsman going to be probably thrown, but the Knob is going to be tagging the heavy weapons team, granting his other orcs a chance to get in. Guardsman trying to shut down the Knob there, but a mass retreat here being called from Fiery. Fiery has been losing his engagement, but manages to afford to go to tier 2. Fufu about to go to tier 2 as well, but we're going to see yet again another power bash situation happening. Okay, we do see the Commissar here bashing the Sluggo boys over there. Smoke bomb being dropped on top of the cover, so the Shooter boys stop DPSing the power node. Commander not hiding here. Tier 2 being researched there by Fufu as soon as he gets enough energy. Commander not focusing fire as well as the Shooter boys into the RD spotters, forcing a retreat right there. If Fiery can push off this bash, he's in a decent spot. I think so as well, dude. Fiery, the fact that he could afford to go to tier 2, he's still on this. Victory points is still pretty close. Nothing dire like the last couple of games. Oh, look at this. Commando Knob is literally right there. Okay, Commando Knob does get spotted by the players there. Commando Knob does get a grenade on top of the heavy weapons team, stunning them. But the Commando Knob very low, down to 30 health, and will manage to get away as the shooters return fire on the guardsmen. RD Spartans calling in a smoke bomb on top of the Shooter boys. And we do see the Sluggers moving up. Tier 2 being researched first here for Fiery. Lord Commissar is here, leading the charge in the city. But, okay, do we see some infiltrated Slugger boys on their way to flank? Do get spotted, but immediately shut down the entire guardsman blob. The lovely modded wife is home now, guys. Say hi to her. And the Slugger boys do here continue their power bash on the power node. We do see a Chimera on the field, and immediately some stick bombs coming out here from Fufu. Ooh, the Lord Commissar getting focused fired by the shooters. Fiery is in a very dire situation in terms of like fight-wise, but he is winning on victory points though. He's been playing the map very well against these engagements. No Storm Boys? I'm actually very curious why he didn't go Storm Boys. He's electing to go to Stick Bombers. Stick Bombers did get a little bit of rework this patch. Curious to see how they perform. Smoke bomb dropped on top of the Shooter boys, and Fiery does lose one generator. That's a very heavy tier 1 for Mr. Hunter. Dude, absolutely. This is like a completely decked out all-in build here from Fufu. Fufu really wanted to win all-in on tier 1, but Fiery managed to stand his ground a little bit. Chimera's on the field. There's absolutely nothing in Fufu's army at the moment to shut it down. So surprised he went for stakes first instead of blind tank bust, as he must have known Avil is coming, giving his army setup. He literally should have, right? Chimera leading the charge in the middle. Gonna be dropping the entire guardsman up, but the stick bomb was dropping the bombs in front of the entire guardsman army. And then the bombs in front of him. Oh my fucking god! Ladies and gentlemen, Fiery's army got full wiped. They were stunned and couldn't get inside of the Chimera. Ladies and gentlemen, Will Vaxoid, you literally got your answer. That's literally why. Fuck. The stuns preventing them to getting back inside the building. Fiery should have microed his guardsmen back inside of the Chimera. That was incredibly painful. Can you not embark while getting stunned? You can't. You're completely stunned. You're CC'd essentially. That was so painful, dude. Weird Boyd is on the field here for Fufu, but again, losing 2 guardsman squads like that put Fiery incredibly behind right now. Did he lag? I have no idea, Will, if he did. Okay, we do see here Fufu leading a massive wall into the city here. Chimera leading the charge on the side. Okay, Shooter boys and friends. Again, look at this. Fufu, knowing the situation of the game, knows that he can get out of this power bash completely for free. Chimera is still there. Chimera is going to be doing good since there's still no anti-tank. The War Boss and... Sorry, not the War Boss. The Weird Boy could do a little bit of damage. Ogrins are coming out into the field right now. Chimera taking a couple of shots there from the weird boy. Stick Bomb is trying to get a stun on it. I'm pretty sure the commando knob can get a rocket launcher, right? Yeah, true. Just exactly what Rebel just said. Fiery slimmed down his army just for the more wreck income. Tier 3 for the rocket? Okay, gotcha. Okay, we do see the Chimera desperately trying to set up here, but the stick bombers are just fiends. Okay, we do see bombs coming out. Oh, I thought that would have been so funny if they accidentally had stunned there, the Ogrins. Oh my god, my cat's going fucking crazy. We bought him a new toy and he's going fucking crazy. Okay. Ogrins are a decent counter here, but he has to be very careful to all this massive amounts of stun CC from Fufu's side. Arty spotters being repurchased here from Fiery. Yeah, that's the thing though. Even though Fiery has literally lost a great chunk of his army, he's still ahead in terms of victory points. Best bet would be able to get a Manticore and pray you hit something. Okay, we do see a flare being called there. The Warbot, the weird boy just saying, come at me right there, extending his arms right there. Okay, good point here with the Slugga boys. Well, one model Slugga boy just decapping the side. Arty's strike being called. Ogrins and Commissar immediately jump on top of the weird boy, forcing a retreat on him. Stick bombs again stunning the Ogrins. They cannot embark, and the shooter boys immediately turn fire. Luckily, Ogrins are very tanky. Arty Spartans in an awful situation there as the Sluggas run them down. Ogrins counter engage. Oh no, will these Sluggas get the full Arty squad? I think he has enough health to run away, right? It looks like, okay, he does get out. Shooter boys and friends pushing back the Ogrins, but these Burner boys will get another power generator. Great micro here from Fufu Hunter, using his random Slugga boys to just do massive amounts of damage with his Burnas. Luckily, the Ogrins do jump on top of them. Fufu desperately trying to get a little wipe there, but is forced to retreat because of the Ogrins. Pretty even map control so far, despite brutal tier 1 by Fufu. Yeah, dude, literally. I'm pretty sure Fiery should have lost the game with those 2 guardsman plots, but the victory point lead that he had is still keeping him in the game. Tier 3 being called here by Fufu. Curious to see what Fufu gets tier 3. But again, Fiery's ability to keep control of victory points. Like, look at this. His Commissar got that cheeky double cap and saying he decapped this with his with one of his guardsman squads. Like, Fiery fighting the good fight, you know? I hope the Tau hotfix will be finished before the next tourney. So Swan Knight, the Tau hotfix will be literally dropping either tomorrow or Monday by the looks of it. Like, the team is almost done with it. Like, everything got patched, everything got fixed, all the nasty bugs are out of there. So the next event will be on the Tau patch the second that hotfix comes out. Don't worry, Swan. Sniper drones removed? I don't think they have been. I do know that the range on the snipers have been reduced as well as their vision, but I don't think they got removed entirely. I do know they got heavily nerfed. Okay, we do see the Slugga boys getting very low here because of the Ogrins DPS and melee. Chimera also providing a little bit of support. Ogrins trying to best. Ogrins do jump back on top of the Chimera. The stick bumps are right there. We do see a foot of Mork right there. Oh no, that might hit his own troops there. Did that get canceled? I think that got canceled. Oh, the weird boy got swiped here and he's going out of fucking control. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lord Commissar did get the wipe there on the weird boy. Great pick right there. Fufu, you better not be throwing here. He actually lost his weird boy. That's so painful. He also lost one of the Slugga boys and a shooter boy squad. Looted Tank is on the field already. Fiery does not have anything to deal with that. Ogrins and Lord Commissar are literally carrying the day here, fighting into the Slugga boys. You're going to be struggling a little bit versus the Commissar and Ogrin combo right there. Okay, they are forced back as the Looted Tank is halfway through to completion right there. Fufu champion throw coming up. Give me that prediction win, says Rook. Crazy that the Lord Commissar doesn't have Carapace or Aura. So the Lord Commissar is literally vanilla. And he's dead right now, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we do see the dreaded looted tank on the field. Commander Nob is feasting. He does have the special shooter upgrade, but it can be focused fired by the Chimera. Stun bombs getting dropped into the Chimera. Okay, so the Chimera does get stunned here, and a bunch of bombs being dropped on top of the Chimera. Luckily, it does survive. Oh, Fiery, why did you get out in the middle of the throw? You should have knocked it out. Look at the Chimera's there to replenish. Great DPS on the Commander Nob, but ladies and gentlemen, the looted tank turns around, actually. He gets intimidated by the dreaded Chimera. I feel like the looted tank could have easily chased the Chimera down. Lore accurate Steel Legion Commissar. Okay, we do see the Orcs pushing up. Looted tank leading the charge here. Okay, we get a nasty shot against those guardsmen. But the heavy weapons team does get a last cannon. But the stick bomb was immediately countered. The setup team being forced to retreat as the looted tank is now going to be feasting a little bit. Slugger Boy is repairing it. And Fiery nowhere near close to getting tier 3. Yeah, I agree. He needs to get the heavy weapons team bubble so it prevents the knockback. Okay, we do see another blind throw here coming from Fufu. Doing a little bit of damage, but misses, sadly. Okay, Ogryns are in the field, but between two Sluggers with power melee and the looted tank, those Ogryns are not going to survive much. We do see the Stormtrooper squad, but they're very piled up, and we do see the blast coming out from the looted tank, preventing the heavy weapons team from setting up. And ladies and gentlemen, the Ogryns have sub 40 health. One model left at 10 health and manages to get away. Lucky him. Looted tank not being pushed up. I'm very curious to why Fufu is being very cagey. Okay, we do see the rocket launcher coming from the Commander now. I'm going to be hunting down the Chimera. Is it Lord Commissar? Lord Commissar yet again full wipe. Ooh, we do see the Chimera and friends getting completely stunned here. Okay, we do see a tier 3 ability being called right on top of the looted tank. Looted tank forced to retreat. Okay, Ogryns leading the charge into the shooters. Storm Boys and friends doing a... Okay, everybody's loading into the Chimera. Not sure if that's really worth it, especially as the looted tank snipes the Chimera. Heavy weapons team desperately trying to find an angle of attack right there. Triple cap coming out from Fufu.
Shot. One last charge.
Okay, Fufu just locking down here. The looted tank really playing dividends. Fiery Marines economy is in shambles right now after all these engagements. Triple cap slowly whittling away at Fiery Marines' victory points. But he does have Stormtroopers with the decap abilities right there. He just needs to be very cautious. Okay, Fufu here smells something's amiss. Is it even winnable? I don't think so, to be honest. Like, Fiery's so behind. The looted tank is completely rock hard here. And also, there's a Nob squad on the way. The Nob squad is just going to be the complete decapitating strike here for Fiery. Okay. We do see the heavy weapons team getting focused fire there by the looted tank, as well as a bunch of bombs. The bombs will prevent... Oh, the shield didn't go through. The looted tank is pushed back as the Ogryns do charge in melee, but the Ogryns to be pushed back by the massive amounts of orcs feasting on the Ogryns, and full wipe on the Ogryns right there. Yeah, losing the Lord Commissar like 3 times definitely put a lot of hurt here on Fiery. Ogryns were an it, chief. Damn. Knobs are on the field, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, did we see another wipe there? Yep. Fiery Marines army is completely in retreat, and he's blaming Ine for that retreat for some reason. Ine, what did you do, buddy? Okay, but again, Fiery fighting here with shenanigans here. Did lose his stormtroopers trying to get the side cap. Tier 3 being called by Fiery, but I don't know. Like, it's GG. Fufu has a massive army here. And it's just waiting to drain Fiery's victory points right now. I made that map. Ine, what the heck, Reno? Okay, we do see a mine drop being called right there. Okay, Lord Commissar yet again leading the charge, but at half health. Fiery does not want to lose his Lord Commissar again. Blaming Enid for making the retreat Death Valley. Fiery's absolutely losing the mental game right now. Lord Commons are going to get rebought again soon by the looks of it. Yeah. Guard's been literally walking through here. Going to be at one volley from the looted tank is going to be dead. To be honest, I'm surprised that Fufu is getting the triple cap again. That's gonna really... Oh, dude, the assassin knobs. The assassin knobs. To be honest, I'm pretty sure like it's just a dire situation here for Fiery. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Fufu Hunter is tonight's round 3 winner. Let's end the prediction and give those points to the ones that gambled. Ooh. So, not a lot of people voted for Fufu. So, the guys that voted are going to get a fat payout, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see the amount of points that you guys won. 1,600 points go to those who voted for Fufu. Congratulations to you boys. Okay, let's get back over here and report that final score. And congratulations for Fufu for winning that one. And we can go back to the next generation of this event as round 4 is being generated. Dude, tonight's event is flying right now. So round 4 is generated. Let's post that in the event chat. Round 4 is live. And who do we want to cast tonight? Who do we want to cast? Dude, Inekura and Fufu sounds nasty. But I do want to see Deimos and Analog. So let's cast them. Are they in the Deimos and Analog? So we're going to be casting Deimos and Analog. So let's get that going. Salt is in the air tonight, dude. Absolutely. Deimos and Analog should be one-sided. Okay, gotcha. So we won't cast that one then. So who do you guys want to watch then, essentially? So let's remove that message so we don't get Deimos a little bit of an excitement. So who do we want to cast next? Floyd versus Fire. Yeah, but we've showcased Fiery like 3 games already. I'm going to give everybody else another chance. We could do 505 in the Whistler. You know, let's see. 505 and Whistler. What are their standings at right now? Oh, I could have just seen that in the group stage. What am I doing? So 505, 2 wins, and I think he's versus Floyd or the Whistler. Yeah, so let's do 505 and friends. So let's cast 505. At 505, you're next. So let's cast that one. Yo! Aspect, thank you so much for the resub here with Prime, buddy. Appreciate it. 2 months subscribe streak. Let's go. Glad to see you can make it for tonight, Aspect. I know you were sad about missing tonight's tournament. So let's see. Glad to see all these games tonight, guys. Okay, who are we? So 505, I don't see his lobby, so we'll just host it. 505 versus... And his opponent is... Group stage... The Whistler. So let's go back to the game. The Whistler. And let's open up this and move here. And let's go back to the game. From the shadows I come, says Aspect. So let's cast the game as well. Let both players show up. And for this round, it's going to be... Round 4 is Ashes of Typhon Redux. Where is it? Ashes... There you go. Ashes of Typhon Redux. Okay, Whistler's here. I lost because I got cringe romance ad on my playlist. Is that what you just lost? A mental game is what you're saying. Dude, we bought a new little cat toy for Milo and he's going fucking crazy because it has a little bell on it. Dude, that's awesome. That makes me so happy. So Aspect asks who's winning. Okay, so Aspect, just for you, we can swap over back to the browser scene. And if we go over to the group stage, we go to standing. So far, Inakura, Fufu Hunter, Deimos, and Analog are top 4 right now. So we go back to the matches and back to the game right now. Both players are here. Once y'all ready up, we will start. So let's get the prediction going. Flash prediction. Start the prediction. Who wins? Oh, thank you so much for the Brainbuck Aspect. 505 versus Whistler. So both players have the exact same win rate right now, ladies and gentlemen. So it can be anybody's game. So BRB bathroom break. So I'm going to go to a quick bathroom break for 1 minute and we will get the next event started. So stay tuned and we will start very shortly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. I am back. And let's get it started. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get round 4 on the way as we see the dreaded otter map being picked here. Ashes of Typhon Redux. And, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Up in the north, we do have here 505 here on the Lord General. Pretty vicious so far with the buffs that he received with the Ogre and Wombo combo. And down in the south, we do see the Whistler here with the Daemon Hunter on the Order Malleus. We're going to see a very Imperium versus Imperium action in tonight's game. We're just putting 1k on the Whistler aspect. Come on. Somebody needs to gamble. Dude, that's the annoying part, that a couple of countries the prediction gambling is disabled. It's really lame. Okay, we do have the Daemon Hunter here leading the charge, and both players are just setting up essentially.
Commander here. Go ahead.
A power node. Roger.
Okay, we do see the strike squad immediately coming out as 505 goes double guardsman. No sentinel still in play. I'm curious to see will he go sentinel or not. Down here on the other side, we do see the stormtroopers pushing up, as well as the guardsmen. Between stormtroopers and guardsmen, I don't know who wins in an outright 1v1. Probably to be very equal. I do know the guardsmen have almost double the amount of models. Okay, guardsmen here going to be contesting the stormtroopers. As the stormtroopers literally skipped their victory point there just to get the requisition point, just to get the victory point. Okay, stormtroopers are uncovered, doing great DPS there versus the stormtroopers. Pushing them back, already bleeding a couple models. Sergeant upgrade being called, and they're doing a little bit of a conga line right there, taking turns getting shot at. Up in the north, we do see the Daemon Hunter here getting focus fire by the Lord General, doing great DPS on him actually. Wow, like it's crazy how much this DPS is going on the Daemon Hunter. What the? Dude. Oh, that's a massive, massive loss there for Whistler. He probably did not notice that because he was trying to micro something else on the other side. That's very unfortunate. We played a 6-player Twilight Imperium game from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Dude, Aspic, you must be fucking exhausted because of that. Okay, we do see the guardsmen here pushing up on the stormtroopers, but the strike squad is immediately going to be pushing back those guardsmen. Yubel here with the hero slain. Thank you so much for that retreat. Okay, guardsmen here on the other side. As the Lord General is, you know, feasting on the corpse of the Demon Hunter. It's very unfortunate, but a Purgation Squad is already out here for the Whistler. Purgation Squad is probably going to be setting up, trying to do a little bit of sideways burner action on the guardsmen.
So the generator is online.
Okay, we do see the Lord General and friends setting up here. Okay, stormtroopers running into a hail of gunfire here from the guardsmen, forced to retreat as it took a lot of damage. Okay, Lord General could have getting a couple of wipes there in melee, but elects not to. And we do see a counter engagement. Strike Squad getting pushed back here by the Catachans. Catachan's a direct counter to the Strike Squad, even though they're Space Marines with power melee. Purgation Squad trying to do something, but the Catachans do get suppressed by the Purgation Squad, forced to retreat as they couldn't really elect there through the Purgation Squad. Well, Aspect, you were right. The Purgation Squad forced a retreat, so they technically did win that engagement. And we do see Inquisitorial Operatives being called here by the Whistler. Okay. Crash faster! Thank you, Castle, for that redeem, dude. Okay, Stormtroopers moving out. Okay, we do see the Purgation Squad getting pushed back by the Lord General and the Guardsmen. Second Catachans being called here for 505. Double Catachans is very meta here. Okay, Guardsmen getting immediately suppressed and burned alive by that Purgation Squad, but the other Guardsmen and Lord General are going to be forcing them back. The Purgation Squad almost full wiping those Guardsmen, forcing retreat. They do turn around and start doing DPS, but the Lord General is going to be tagging them in melee. Dude, they're just eating the Flamer point blank, but the Lord General does tag them. We do see the Inquisitorial Operatives there with their shotguns tagging the Guardsmen. Purgation Squad forced to retreat there. We do see a grenade missing. That would have wiped those guardsmen if they wasn't paying attention. Purgation Squad on the retreat path. Operatives here doing their best, doing a little bit of damage, doing great damage actually versus the guardsmen with their shotguns. Lord General should have actually stopped chasing there and turned around and helped here. Operatives are slowly and surely whittling here, but up here we do see the double Catachan's power bashing here. This is going to be incredibly painful. We do see Stormtroopers here, but the Stormtroopers are not going to do anything versus the double Catachans. Operatives almost full wipe the Guardsmen, but they almost got full wipe themselves. They do have their foul bang upgrade already, which allows them to retreat and come back very fast. Lord General just taking a couple pot shots at the strike squad. Double Catachans using their shotguns to do a little bit of DPS. Stormtroopers, they're engaging. But so far, double Catachans do counter a good chunk of the Order of Malleus' army. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful damage. And we do see a full wipe there by the double Catachans power melee. Whistler very, very behind there. 505 really showing the good work right now. Oh, the grenades being used on top of the Purgation Squad, preventing them from setting up. Strike Squad desperately trying to shut this down. But I think he still has another grenade launcher from the second Catachan Squad. I'm very curious. Demon Hunter almost getting wiped there by the ranged DPS. Purgation Squad isn't be shutting down the Lord General and friends there. But the Catachan's doing sensational DPS against the Purgation Squad, forcing a retreat right there. Strike Squad do counter engage, but is looking at very one-sided fight so far as 505 is dominating these early engagements. Okay, Catachans are going to continue this power bash.
Enemy generator destroyed.
Demon Hunter leading the charge here.
We found a requisition point here.
I am under attack.
Okay, Guardsmen here. Oh, so far we do see the Operatives bully these Guardsmen on the sides. Looks like I lose my crackers. Yeah, it looks like a very one-sided fight so far. Operatives getting a nasty grenade on the Guardsmen but forced to retreat. Purgation Squad yet again on top of the Lord General. But 505 getting to tier 2 first.
We are engaged here. Reporting enemy contact.
So what game is that? This is round 4, not the final so far, Pixie. You already calling GG. Damn. 4 out of 5 Swiss games. Yeah. So far, I think this has been our fastest event so far. Usually these events take a little bit longer, but yeah, we're speeding through the Swiss round tonight.
We are under attack.
Only the best for the general.
Okay, Catachan's doing really good melee DPS there against the power node. Slowly and surely getting whittled away by the strike squad. I don't know who wins in melee, Catachans or a strike squad. I hopefully maybe an upgraded strike squad, but I don't know. Yeah, it looks like it's done. Yeah, it looks like a little bit of an early advantage here from 505. Really going to be giving the works here to Whistler. He might just lose tier 2 essentially. Okay, Catachan's going to be decamping right over there.
Upgrade complete.
.505 lost a Sentinel. No, Tom, he never bought a Sentinel. He skipped the Sentinel to go double Catachans. You're rooting for him, your teammate?
We have an edge for now.
Absolutely, Pixie.
So we're losing a victory.
Okay, Strike Squad decamping the middle here. Lord General leading the charge here. Purgation Squad is in friends as well. Catachan's being pushed back as they took a ton of damage from the Operatives. So Whistler's been using the Strike Squad in range stands mainly this game. Solid. Oh, dude, you guys are finishing your game so fast. Solid. How did that game go versus Deimos? Okay, Strike Squad leading the charge into a giant Imperial Guard block, forced to retreat. Yeah, no, power for Whistler is sadly over, but you never know. A good Dreadnought could turn it true. A good Dreadnought call-in could change that, but the Chimera is immediately going to be punishing Whistler. We do see a Rhino being called here by the Whistler, so no Dreadnought action. About what you expect. No, Solid. I know, I saw you go up against Deimos, and Deimos is literally a Dark Lord. Solid. Okay, Power Node getting completely power bashed here as 505 leads the charge. Power Node is taken out. We do see a cheeky little Catachan explosive as well. Might actually tag a lot of Strike Squad. Pure power bash being called right there. Dude, if the Sport Purgation Squad, if the Strike Squad actually might walk into it.
Roger, sir.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ. 505 just... Dude, stop! Don't stand there! Don't stand there!
About time it arrived.
Deimos, how good did he become? I haven't really checked Dawn of War much, like in 2 or 3 years.
For the taking.
This IG army is disgusting while Grey Knights are very beat up. Yeah, literally. You have to manually detonate. Yeah, but he saw him standing there. Yeah, 505 doing really great micro this game. Pretty dominating so far here in Tier 1. Rhino is on the field. Going to be leading the charge up in the north. Chimera and Friends going to be power bashing as well. And yeah, Whistler is just falling dashingly behind here. We do see a Psyker being called out as well. Meltagun's here for the Lord General to take out the Rhino. Doing a little bit of couple of shots. The Heavy Bolter, they're doing pretty good DPS. And yeah, we do see the Clown Car Chimera leading the charge.
We need all that. That upgrade isn't complete yet.
Okay, we do see the Purgation Swap with the Beamer. The Beamer is going to be doing great damage versus the Chimera. Gets one shot. Gets 2 shots into Chimera, almost taking it out. Okay, Lord General and Friends coming out. Guardsman trying to repair it. Okay, we do see operatives on the way. Get knocked over by the Catchings before they can throw a grenade. They're desperately trying to throw a grenade. They do throw the grenade and they get full wipe. The grenade does land on the Chimera, slightly doing anything. And Whistler lost an operative squad that was stun locked into the ground. Very painful loss there for the Whistler.
Go ahead, sir.
Nice to see some Grey Knights will order Malleus. Yeah, but they're currently getting a little bit dominated here by 505 with his really good Imperial Guard play so far.
Got a chance.
I'm very happy not to see the Ogren Cheese, but the double Catchans is very disgusting. Nothing, everybody's too lazy to host it. The Elite League. So is the Elite League, Tom, something that happens throughout multiple days, essentially? Okay, we do see a massive retreat here from the Order Malleus army being pushed back. Rhino desperately trying to do something and stay afloat. Yeah, like, I don't even have the schedule available just to host a league for multiple days. Maybe I might do one for Dawn of War 4, because I will be dedicating a couple of, like, hardcore weeks of that. This is an FF angle. Yeah, this is a, you call it out a little bit. Whistler is very, very behind right now. 2 weeks playing for placements and then it's like a mega tourney. Okay. Who used to host it before, Tom? Did Fufu used to host it essentially? Okay, we do see a heavy turret calling in. Literally hunkering down here 505 and probably winning the game out of the heavy turret as there's nothing that Whistler can do here. Fufu and before Fufu Adilla, I think. Gotcha. Okay, we do have the conversion BB doing a little bit of damage on the Chimera, but that heavy turret is just evil, dude. I don't know, maybe one of these months we could maybe organize it with Fufu, do like a collab or something where we can host the tournament. But like, how big was it, Tom? Like, was there a lot of players or was it just like the top players playing? God, no more Elite Leagues. Okay. Okay, Elite League is hard to run because there's a lot of rules and that not a lot of people know / understand fully, since it requires players to run it without supervision. It's some mess at times. Oh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations for 505 winning round 4 for tonight's cast. 505 is going to be the victor of those points right now, and we're headed over to the last round of the Swiss Night. So let's swap on over to the website as we see a massive amount of reports. Congratulations here to 505 for winning that one. And we have just 3 more games left. Never picking Mech versus Eldar. Oh, Fufu, did you lose? If somebody gets called a B League player, it's an insult because they're not an EA League player. No, Fufu. Aspect here rooting for the Eldar. So Fufu, we have a bunch of people asking if the league is still a thing. Are you ever gonna run another league, Fufu, or no? So thank you all for showing up tonight to this grand single faction tournament. Aspect, thank you so much for the little brain bug, buddy. I appreciate you. But good news from the elite team. They have almost all of the Tau fixes already locked in. They're literally about to deploy the hot fix any couple of days now, probably tomorrow, maybe Monday night, maybe a little bit later. But for next week, once that hotfix goes live, we're immediately jumping back to the Tau patch and keep testing the Tau. The Tau are super close to being added into the main game, so League doesn't make sense when people don't play regular anymore. I feel like players do play regular, but not that much. Great. Next is Catgirl's in Imperial Guard. For sure, Pixie. We have the Catgirl skin already locked in the pipeline for you. don't talk to me, Division C shitter. IG remake night went. So, oh, you know what, Aspect? We should do an Imperial Guard remake tournament night. I'll probably hit Grand up for that. Fiery, I'm glad that you had a good match win tonight. Just waiting for a couple players to finish their games. Just 2 games left, and we'll be moving over to the final round of Swiss, ladies and gentlemen. I take Rat Girls too. I even will prefer it. Based opinion, Pixie. Very based. It would be nice to see a new Elite League, but I don't think it's possible due to the lack of people. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I feel like everybody does show up for these games, and I really love every single one of you guys, right? But the player base isn't what it used to be. We're slowly trying to get it back to what it was, right? Scarab, you need to make the Eldar models more sexy. I'm not doing that. And my wife literally just said in the background, why not? Just make them sexy. We'll have to see how popular Dawn of War 4 is when it launches. Dude, I hope to God it's good. I really want to cast games on it, dude. I want to go so hard on Dawn of War 4, dude. I want to be doing the YouTubes. I want to be doing the Twitches, dude. It's going to be crazy. Elite League now is like always like a big Division C, gigantic Division B, and tiny Division A. Yeah, that's what it sounds like, Rogue. Sentinel OP, not gonna lie. Yeah, the sad part of even in the tournament right now would play EL. We will actually have less than half of what we need to play. Damn, that sucks. Lol, never seen this animation from you, Scarab. What animation? Did they do something? Did they like move up or something? Whoa, Scarab is an actual VTuber? What do you mean? To be honest, though, like, my wife made this 2D little Scarab, right? But I was thinking maybe doing a 3D model, but I just love the way that the 2D, like, model looks. Like, my wife killed making of this. Grant, evening! Hope you're having a good one, Grant. We have a couple people, Grant, asking for another Imperial Guard night. How down are you to host another Saturday night event for that, Grant? You're very animated over Dawn of War 4, I guess. When the Catachan patch is ready, I guess. Sure, if you want to, once the Catachans are done, we can do like a showcase of it, Grant. And we can do like a big event. I'm guessing you'll be playing Necrons first in Dawn of War 4, says Solid. What gave you that impression? Dude, no, you don't understand. Like, I'm going to pre-order the shit out of the game. I'm gonna do a massive, like, no life stream. Probably do like as long as I physically can stay awake stream. Like, I want to go hardcore into the content creation of that, you know? Dude, my cat loves his new toy. He's going fucking crazy, this little boy. Are you excited for the Trazen DLC for Rogue? Dude, so I have the new DLC from Rogue Trader, the one with the police. I forget the Imperial, the Lex. But I kind of wait until the new one comes out. When's the release date for that one, Solid? I'm getting a bunch of DMs here. Let's double check some stuff. Oh, they're probably the Elite Leagues, right? Okay, we're just going back to the event. Oh, who gave us a follow? Dude, thank you so much for the follow. Disleroin. Actually, no. Oh my god, dude, you're my 150th follower, guys. Let's go, dude. Thank you so much for letting me hit the follower goal, guys. I appreciate you. Dude, we've been killing it. I feel like we've been streaming, what, for like a month and a half? And we're just cruising through these views and stuff, guys. I really appreciate all the love.
Whip these grunts into
shape.
Time to make the Emperor proud.
Dude, okay, you guys have to agree. That's actually one of the best channel redeems we have. That one and the Brain Bug are really up there. Round 5 is ready? Is it now? Let's reload the page. It might be that. Yep, round 5 is... Oh, that reloaded the page as soon as it showed up, Rebel. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, round 5 is up. Dude, we have Deimos and Ine. Let's actually cast that one. So let's do Deimos and Ine. You guys are next. And let's cast that game. So, we're going to be hosting that. Unless they've already hosted. So, host Deimos versus Ine. And let's move on over here. And let's swap over to the gameplay scene for you guys. Let's get the prediction going. So we can get some gambling. Who wins? Deimos versus Ine. And you guys have 5 minutes to continue that prediction. My man Indrid is great, but honestly I have no idea if he even is on Discord. I think I've seen his username on the Discord, but I don't know if he has like a massive presence. We're just waiting on good old Deimos to show up. Ine, I imagine he's just going fucking crazy recording stuff for it. I can only imagine. Okay, Deimos is here. And Ikura's having a little bit of a smoke here. Performance enhancement. Indrid avoids chatting. I swear, even when I send him replays, he only replays a thumbs up or a thank you. Well, it might be because he might be shy, you know? Indrid's been doing it for a very, very long time, dude. He literally inspired me to do it as well, dude. I think he's been streaming and doing YouTube replays for like, what? Like 8+ years? Probably more, you know? The one person I wish did more content these days, like, is Milk and Cookies Total War. He used to be so into doing Dawn of War 2 content. Like, he used to drop videos. Then he used to be super into Total War as well. But I don't know. He, like, in the last 2 years just stopped making a lot of videos. Indrid's been going for 10 years. Dude, literally he's been going for, like, an entire decade. It's crazy. I hope you guys, when Dawn of War 4 comes out, you guys support my stream, because I know there's going to be a lot of big names streaming that stuff. Oh my god, Torpid! Since 2013. Shout out to Torpid here. Torpid, do you do streaming on Twitch or no? Or is it mainly YouTube? Dude, yeah, I know, bro. I remember coming home from school and watching Indrid or Torpid. Hell yeah. Oh, Torpid, you're saying that Milk and Cookie stopped doing videos because Total War Warhammer 3 was depressing? Yeah. No, completely understandable, Torpid. I'm currently in between jobs myself, so that's why I have the time to stream. No, let me change. So for round 5, we have Caldera's Desert. Thank you, Enid, for letting me know. There we go. Random standard 500 victory points. All right. All right, ready up, and we will start. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get round 5 started. With YouTube, at least I can bulk record in advance on my days off. Yeah, dude, literally. For me, I haven't gone as hard into YouTube because I feel like Twitch has been more rewarding for me personally, but I've just been building up momentum here to then transfer that to Dawn of War 4. That's kind of my game plan right now. Yeah, this is going to be the shit, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 5 of tonight's Swiss night. Up in the north, we have Deimos here with the Tech Marine here. And down in the south, we have Ine with the dreaded Warlock. Opening it with Banshees. Meanwhile, Deimos opens up with the with the Tactical Squad. Whoa! What chapter is that? What are we doing? Dude, let's go! The Ricardo badge. Does it have a cool badge? I'm not sure if he does. He just has a standard Elder one. Dude, the Ricardo Tech Marine goes so hard. That's beautiful. I know that Pano has a fucking dog one that's really funny as well, but damn. Dude, the Ricardo fucking... Dude, honey, you have to see this. Look, 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 look.
Okay.
Look, look. That... Literally a Ricardo.
Best thing that I've ever seen.
Dude, that's awesome. Okay.
Check in on it. It's fun.
Okay, the Banshees are immediately jumping up on the Tech Marine, shutting him down, preventing a little bit of...
Ricardo.
No!
I was gonna propose to him.
Okay, we have the Scouts here being pushed back here by the Warlock. Banshees just... Oh my god. Half-healthing the Tech Marine here. Scouts turning around to blasting away the Banshees are a little bit of soft armor. Just going to ring around the rosy of the building, losing half of their health for no reason. Scouts and friends rotating here. Double Scouts coming out here from Deimos. How did you put a custom pig like that? I think you have to like edit a scheme or something. There's like a tutorial somewhere. Yeah, Pixie can figure it out. Thank you for that. Okay, we do have the tax here, blasting away the Guardians. Guardians probably going to be doing a little bit of back capping. Oh, never mind. They do like to jump on top of the Scouts. But the Scouts and the Tacticals have enough DPS to push back these Guardians. These Guardians need to be very, very, very careful here. Okay, Guardian. Okay, look at this micro here from Enid, preventing the Tacticals from doing too much damage. He actually saved that Guardian squad from taking a bunch of damage. So far, victory points are in the lead for Ine as his weapon team comes alive. Banshee's immediately back here to do some power bashing shenanigans. Warlock here, going to be doing a little bit of a bash. Misses the bash on the Scouts. Okay, weapons team is going to be setting up. Going to be probably hungry down here to prevent any power bash situations. Tech Marine capturing the side of the map. And yeah, both players just kind of harassing each other. Quick question, maybe. What does SUT stand up? Set up team. That's what it means, Swan Knight. Like, so a set up team being a weapons team, essentially, right? Something that takes time to set up. Jefferson S says, thank you for hosting, Scarab. Absolutely, dude. I'll keep doing these events if you guys keep showing up. Okay, Tactical Squad getting bullied here by the weapons team. Forced a retreat there on Deimos. Rangers immediately coming out here from Ine. Also getting their long rifles from the Pathfinder gear. Curious to see, okay, we do see sergeants, double sergeants coming out here from the Scout squad. Do get harried here by the Rangers. Scouts not completing their capture and their victory point as the Warlock and the Ranger is going to be blasting away. Scout squad probably trying to get a grenade. Very unfortunate they didn't get that cap. Weapons team getting pushed back here by the Scouts as the Guardians keep harrying on the side. So far, Ine is leading really well this game, setting up the tempo of this game. Which aspect on the Banshees? So the Banshees are still vanilla. No aspect still on the Banshees. Aspect, I imagine you're trying to write down notes to see what you can learn from Ine, right? Okay, Shotgun Scouts forcing the Guardians back. Okay, Rangers immediately dropping a model there from the Scouts. They're going to be feasting in range from those long rifles. They do get the decap, as the tactical squads do get the decap in the middle. Like, look how spread out all these engagements are.
Bring forth the artificer's armor.
Okay, long rifles again being vicious so far. Love the 111 Elder build, old school but so versatile. Like, literally, you have a solution for everything here. You have the Banshees to shut down range, Guardians to punish with grenades, weapons teams to suppress, and yeah, it was very good. Deimos being very harried in terms of his eco early on. Weapons team do get forced in melee by the tacticals, but those Banshees are immediately there to respond to it. They need to be very careful. Tech Marine going to be peppering away at the Banshees, doing great range DPS, or dropping a model even. Tacticals doing pretty good damage against the weapons team, but those Banshees finally catch up alongside the long rifles. Those Tacticals are in very, very precarious situation, trying desperately to wipe the weapons team, but the Tacticals do lose this fight really hard. Tech Marine is actually turning around and doing great damage. Actually, the Tacticals survived this because of the Tech Marine and their melee DPS. Goes to show what heavy infantry armor does, because the Banshees are not upgraded. That was really painful. Deimos pooling his resources, 400 rec points, might be able to call something too soon, but Ine is going tier 2 right now. We might see an early game Falcon, says Aspect. Absolutely. Yeah, the naked Banshees feel very weak, because I know they get the Sergeant with an Aspect who gets a very good power weapon, so without him is really very precarious right there. Scouts here with the shotguns trying to bully the Guardians. Gonna be seeing a shotgun blast coming out soon, maybe. But the shotguns damage do so much. But the Rangers counter engage from, Jesus Christ, from fucking downtown. Literally a screen away. Okay, Banshees decapping. A very back and forth game. I feel like the second that Falcon comes into the field, Deimos might be in a very precarious situation here. Okay, Tacticals here pushing up. Tier 2 being researched here by Deimos as well. Elder barely bled anything, a lot of wreck. Dude, literally, I think Ine has played sensational this engagement. Zero Cry here saying, hope you got Immolator there. Maybe. That's the power of 111 right there, the low upkeep. Yeah, literally, Torpy, you're so right. Okay, weapons team and friends setting up here. Ine just waiting on power to be able to call in another squad. Rangers just feasting from afar. Do the infiltrated Rangers here, as those scouts do not have a sergeant. Heavy weapons team suppressing the Tech Marine. Okay, the Rangers actually electing to retreat, even though the scouts... Okay, the heavy weapons team might be obliterating shotguns blast, forcing the weapons team back as the Tech Marine moves up. Really good engagement there from Deimos. We do see a Razorback being called in, as well as a Falcon from Ine. Hey, what do the orange, blue, red lines in the right down corner represent? So these are the resources for both players, Diz. So the orange one is the wreck, which is the main resource. Blue is the energy, and red is the army ability, right? So this is kind of at a glance showing what each player has. Okay, Guardians do have their equipment. Those are the grenades. Luckily, Deimos does have the micro to dodge that. Banshees are feasting in melee, but they're getting very, very low due to the shotguns and the tacticals. Tacticals very low. Banshees forced to retreat. 3 models left on the Banshees. Guardians also incredibly low to the shotguns. The DPS and the scouts. Ooh. Ine does lose his Guardians there, but the Falcon is immediately there to counteract. That's a cool little, little icon there on the Falcon. No, the Banshees did not get wiped. The what's it called? The Guardians did, though. Okay, the Rhino gets immediately canceled by Deimos and calls in a Dreadnought the second he saw that Falcon.
We are losing a requisition point to the enemy. One of our generators...
Did he lag? It was kind of crazy seeing that those Guardians getting wiped that easily, to be honest. No idea if he was lagging. Right guard being called here by Ine.
Deploying war gear.
Okay, we do see the Falcon. Dude, the Falcon is such a cool fucking model. Look like... Warlock pulling the Tech Marine as the Tech Marine does get the Refractor Shield upgrade. Dreadnought does get the Multi-Melta. The Multi-Melta is a counter to the Falcon, but the Dreadnought needs to catch it first. Okay, on this side, we do see the Scouts get engaged, but do use their Shotgun Blast to push back the Banshees back. Okay, Falcon pushing up here in the middle. Rangers decapping the victory points. Victory points still on the lead there for Ine, who has 455 points, down to 367 for Deimos. Falcon just going to be doing a little bit of a style move right there, a little bit of a 360. Okay, we do see a Wraithguard do blast away at the Tech Marine. Tech Marine does pop his Refractor Shield and tags them in melee, granting the Dreadnought. Oh no, the Dreadnought's just kind of just chilling there. Okay, we do see the Rangers fall back to the grenade of the Rangers. But yeah, just great map presence from both players so far. Okay, Tech Marine a little bit precarious right here. The Banshees do jump the Tech Marine. Tech Marine forced to retreat, taking tons of damage in melee, but the Banshees will not be able to catch up to him. Dreadnought, on the other hand, going to be bullying this weapons team, trying to catch the Falcon on the retreat. Falcon will really struggle to tear through the armor of this Dreadnought. Up in the north, we do see the Warlock almost getting wiped there by those tactical squads. And we do see a Brightlands beaming the Dreadnought from afar, doing sensational damage on it. Tactical squad leading the charge there as the Dreadnought is desperately trying to catch up. Wraithguard do get tagged in melee, stun locked by the Dreadnought. And we do see the Banshees jump on top of the Scouts. And ladies and gentlemen, the dreaded Scouts do drop to the upgraded Howling Banshees with the aspect of strength. Really good pick there from Ine. Equalizing the game in terms of squads. Literally 2 Melta hits the rear and the Falcon is fell gone, more like it. Hell yeah, dude. Okay, tacticals here moving in through the middle. Rangers set up, doing great DPS on the tacticals right there, knocking them over, preventing the capture, forcing a retreat. And we do see assault squads being researched here from Deimos, probably trying to get the Melta Bomb to slow the Falcon. But ladies and gentlemen, we do see the Autarch on the field bullying these Scouts as the Banshees lead the charge, wiping a bunch of models here from the Scouts. The Scouts are in the building, so the Banshees and Autarch not going to be doing anything there. Meanwhile, we do see a potentially... Okay, we do see a Melta Gun here as a fully kitted out Tech Marine. Warlock is still completely vanilla. Deimos really investing on his Tech Marine. Oh no, the Scouts might get retreated. We do see the Autarch full retreat though. Does blast from the Scouts. Scouts down to 2 health. And ladies and gentlemen, the Scouts are wiped. Deimos is bleeding models left and right. Dreadnought also engaging on the Wraith card. The game is looking like it's slowly slipping away from Deimos. Yeah, and it's hard to get more of that fast because you have to build up the generators on the blue power points of the map. Generally, that's the only safe one. The point close to base, which player secures early. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, rip on those Scouts. Losing 2 scouts that early is really, really, really bad for Deimos, especially how much he invested on them. What the hell? BMO's Melta Gun now? No idea. I mean, the Tech Marine's going crazy style. The Assault Marines do counter-engage on the Banshees, but the Autarch there with the Melta Gun doing pretty decent DPS in the range. Banshees with Aspect of Spread, really chewing through the tacticals. Falcon is there to support. Wraithguard also opening fire in melee. The tacticals down to 2 models left. Assault Marines do counter-engage on the Wraithguard, but the Rangers and the DPS coming out, they're forcing a retreat. Tech Marine bullying the Banshees in melee, but the Autarch with the heal there. Assault Marines might be going down to the Banshees. And ladies and gentlemen, they do get wiped by the Banshees on the retreat path. And GG is called as Ine takes this game, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to Ine for winning round 5. And nobody predicted. What the hell, guys? That's evil, guys. Why did nobody fucking predict on that one? so that concludes the Swiss portion of tonight. Let's swap on over to the website so we can take a gander at the tournament and report this game. Congratulations to Ine. And if we go over to the standings, looks like Ine and Deimos are still moving up. Oh, we might have to refresh this. There we go. Going into the standings. Ine is still undefeated, getting 5 wins this entire event. Deimos is still number 2. Fufu Hunter number 3. And Fiery Marine still clawing his way up to 4th place. I believe 4th place and 3rd place are still open up for anybody to take them out. I thought you were in Denmark where you always bring up the Swiss. Don't say that, Torpid. I'm going to get in trouble with my wife. Really weird that the double scout sarge instead of the assault marines tier 1 aspect. I actually don't know why he went. He was probably trying to cheese a squad with a double grenade, but yeah. Brennan says, man, am I glad that I didn't have to play against the Eldar this day? Dude, absolutely. What happened to the good old assault marines plus high power shoot
whip
abuse?
these grunts into shape. Time to make the Emperor proud.
1, 0, and 5. Hell yeah. Swan, so I know that you're like a main on the Tau. Thank you so much for the brain bug, Becca. Swan, have you personally been nerfed because you don't have your beautiful Tau to lean on? If you go 2 times scouts and tacticals, you're actually down a squad and it'll have better 1v1 quality. Yeah, sounds about right aspect. Like the tacs do and the scouts do bully 1 guardian squad, but because Ine went 1-1-1, he was just so flexible, especially with the Rangers. The Rangers really punished Deimos' army as well. Going tier 1 assault marines versus warlock is a massive throw, says Deimos. GG, Deimos. You put up a great fight that game. You're still top 2, buddy, so you still have a great chance of winning the event. Thank you all for showing up tonight. So we're already planning next week's events. Tuesday, we're going to have a community night. We're going to be casting replays. So if you have any fun games that you've been playing throughout this week, please send them my way. Send them to the Discord, and I'll be able to cast them Tuesday night. And we might be hosting some casual 3v3s, first come, first serve. Thursday, I'm maybe planning a 2v2 event where I might be doing a pre-build 2v2. I kind of want to try that. Grab a buddy and sign up for the event, you know? Hi, Fiery. Already sent in them the replay, the whole 3v3. Yeah, thank you so much, Pixie, for that one. Oh my god, where's Ine? So Ine actually won that game, Fiery. I need to unwire my brain from buying Dreadnought as Tech Marines. It was working for way too long. Why? So why is the Dreadnought not a good pick for the Tech Marine? This time you have no excuse. Pixie, I literally am so sorry, dude. You have every right to hate me for not casting your games, buddy. I promised you and I failed to deliver. But I promise to you on Tuesday, I will cast your game. I'll even wait until I see you in chat and I'll cast your game so you can see it live. And for next Saturday, if the Tau hotfix is out, we're probably going to do another Tau event for Saturday night. We want to get that ball rolling so we can get them finished and get them back into the main game. Fiery and 505 tied for that 4th place in both their Imperial Guard. Dreadnought should only ever be purchased as a force multiplier for an already big army. Gotcha. Okay, looks like players are finishing their matches. Let's see what's left here to be reported on round 5. So just 2 games left. Fufu and 505 duking it out, as well as Rebel and the Hot Cock Sauce are duking it out. So, for those, okay, I did want to have a discussion because I do see a lot of people mentioning this about Dawn of War 4, and I want to see what you guys think about this. a lot of people didn't get into the alpha. And do you guys think that the game will release for Dawn of War 4? Do you guys think it'll release in the summer? Do you guys think it'll be ready for the summer? Do you think it actually will be a later release? Because, like, I feel like it's a very, very slow burn of a release. 2027? I don't think it'll be 2027. I think maybe, like, fall? Of course, Nina, you signed an NDA, so you can't say shit. So don't get in trouble, you. What is the studio? So Dawn of War 4 is being, I forget the name of the studio. They're a German studio. They made the Scythe game Iron Harvest. You say the fast is at the end of the year. Really? King Art Games. Yeah, thank you, Torpid. To be honest, I feel like I would rather them release the game late and it be good, because there's so much on the line for that game. Like, that's the studio's next lifeline. If that game flops due to bad reception, it's over. Honestly, I have not high expectations for it since 3 was so bad and the studio's previous game, Iron Harvest, wasn't that good. To be honest, though, Iron Harvest was decent, right? And they can only go up from there. Dawn of War 3 was a mess, but that was made by Relic Studios, Bread, so... You really liked Iron Harvest? Oh, that's awesome, Torpid. To be honest, like, you have to really realize that, like, Iron Harvest was their first ever game, guys. Yeah, literally, like, they were RTS noobs. Like, that was their first game. They learned a lot. They've been cooking with this game for a very long time, and hopefully they learn, right? To be honest, I really hope that it's not a summer release, and they have a lot of time to then work on Dawn of War 4, right? Yo, is that Pano? Pano, why do you have another... Oh, you're on their phone. Okay, hi, Pano. There will be no mod support, most probably. Trailers didn't show anything except pretty pictures. Nothing to see from the competitive PvP standpoint for now. So you're kind of skeptical? There's like 3 accounts, one for streaming, one for Twitch. Pano, if you have 3 accounts, make sure they're all watching me live at the same time. Well, as long as I have low expectations, you can be pleasantly surprised. I think it won't be the coming of Christ. It won't be another StarCraft 2 cultural event. I feel like it's just going to be a good game. And to be honest, that's all we need is a good game, right? We just need a good game to just have a multiplayer that's alive. Unless animations get repurposed, I have low hopes. Fuck, Ine, I didn't even think about that. You have to, like, if you want to mod in units, you have to work with their animator thing. So to be honest, I don't think it'll be that easily moddable. I really hope Dawn of War 4 beats Age of Empires 4. That'd be so sad. Dude, do you imagine if Dawn of War 4 had like 10,000 concurrent players? That'd be fucking crazy. Rebel, incredibly close game with hot sauce. 38 victory points, dude. I'm glad that you have a great last one. The range animations don't... Dude, Tom calling them out. Absolutely. All right, so Rebel, you reported your scores. Let's refresh the website. Okay, we're just waiting for Fufu and 505 having the Duel of Fates over there. Yeah, Fufu should be wrapping up soon. Honestly, the best game I played this year so far is Menace. Dude, shout out to fucking Menace. Dude, I haven't bought Menace yet because I've been so busy and I've been saving up money. But, like, I played the early access of Menace so much, dude. Hey, maybe if it becomes popular, we'll get more players that want to try it too. So, Pixie, like, I'm still going to be casting Dawn of War 2, even though Dawn of War 4 is out, right? My main focus once Dawn of War 4 comes out is just to grow the channel and just play that. But I would love to still, you know, Dawn of War 2, I'm part of the mod team. I love this game, right? So I'm going to still be doing it. Is the engine of Dawn of War 4 proprietary? I believe so. I believe they literally made their own engine. It's the same engine as, I believe, Iron Harvest, but it's been more refined. I think it runs off... I want to say Unreal Engine 5, but I'm not so sure. Oh, it's Unity? Gotcha. Yeah, it is Unity. RTS as a genre is in a rough shape for a while. Dude, literally, I think the only thing keeping the lights on in the RTS genre has been Age of Empires. Company of Heroes 3 has been very mid, in my opinion, and it's a miracle that Relic is still alive as a company because of that. I hope we see some revival for new maps. The same old maps are getting a bit... So, Pixie, funny you mentioned that. I'm planning to do a collaboration with Mickey, who's one of the mod leads here for the Elite team. We do have a custom map pack, and I actually want to run this by you guys. Would you guys be interested to run a map pack event for Thursday night next week? Would you guys be interested in that? Only new maps. So nothing of the no similar maps, no bread and butter, completely new maps. Do you guys want to see that? I also was some kind of bitter, but to me it felt like people couldn't handle the stress of RTS and all ran to the mobile games. Dude, I'm part of that one. I'm part of that problem. I used to be super into StarCraft and Warcraft, but then, you know, League of Legends and Dota 2 came out, and that's all I played. Ine edging us. Dude, Ine doesn't want to get literally sued by them. Yeah, RTS is really fun to watch, though. Is there a round 6, says U-Bolt? No, U-Bolt. This is the final round of round 5, but then we're moving to semifinals and then grand finals. So in a way, technically, yes, but the Swiss round is now over. The top 4 players will be moving forward. Are you sure it's team maps? Mickey does have team maps of them, Pixie, so yeah. You can still see that effect in Dawn of War 3. So much stuff was clearly inspired by MOBAs. See, the problem with Dawn of War 3, I think what happened is that it leaned too heavily on MOBAs to chase the mobile audience, but they lost their core audience to do that. Dude, I hope Fufu got a freaking, what's it called? He might have a battle wagon in that game. Dude, it's going crazy. Dude, I heard that Grey Goo was a pretty good game. Dawn of War 3's design was shit in the core. Damn. See, that's also the other huge thing, though, is the meta. I will die on this hill. The first meta of every RTS game is the most important thing. And I really think that's what killed fucking Stormgate, if you guys know that fucking Dogwater game. The meta was so ass when that game came out. It was just dog scout spam. Dude, I hated Stormgate so much. Like, it was such a boring game to play. I've been a MOBA player for years. I gave one look at the Dawn of War 3 trailer and I lost all hope for the game. Damn. Age of Empires 4 had a pretty shit meta too, to be fair. Springle spam, that Mangonel spam, just siege spam in general. Yeah, dude. I was going to say Supreme Commander. Dude, my favorite thing to do is to play Supreme Commander with the Supreme Commander Forever mod and play the campaign with my friends. Forged Alliance is still one of the greatest games of all fucking time. I have thousands of hours in that game as a kid, dude. I used to play the campaign fucking religiously, dude. Age of Empires 4 is honestly in a pretty amazing spot right now. Dude, I would love to play Age of Empires, but I am terrible at it. If you love Subcon, you're a fan of Beyond All Reason. So I wanted to try Beyond All Reason. I saw Turin play Beyond All Reason. Yeah, Bar is pretty good. So, like, did Grey Goo just, like, die on the release? I know it was at a pretty huge hype, but I didn't see it stick the landing on, like, any platform. What I'm actually really, really hoping is a good game is Total War Warhammer 40k. I'm worried because Total War Warhammer 3 was very rocky, and I feel like Creative Assembly is on ice in that game. Like everything depends on that game being good. That game is fucking years away from being released, so we're fucking fine for now. Total War Warhammer 40k is literally Dawn of War 1, but on a bigger scale, probably. Warhammer 3 as a standalone game was decent. Yeah, I liked Warhammer 3. Like, I genuinely loved it. I have, like, dude, if I open my Steam account right now, I have on Warhammer 3, like, literally 350 hours. Warhammer 2, I had 500 hours. Fufu 1, says Tom. Dude, crazy. Congratulations there for Fufu. All right. All right. Tom, did you see that on his stream? Is it confirmed that he win? Okay, awesome, Tom. You have about 2,000 in Warhammer 2 aspect? That's crazy. Let's see if Fufu already reported. If not, we will be reporting it. All right, we'll report it for Fufu. Congratulations. And ladies and gentlemen, I believe the Swiss portion is over. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are the top 4 players. We have Inakura first place, Fufu Hunter second place, Deimos here on 3rd, and Fiery Marine there on 4th place. Give a round of applause here for the top 4 players. Fiery, you literally said you wanted to go to bed early, but then you made it top 4. Congratulations, buddy. Fiery, you have one chance to tell me right now. Do you want to drop and give your slot to somebody else? I'll be giving it to the Whistler if you don't want to continue playing. Well done to everybody who played. Takes everybody to make a fun tournament from top to bottom. Dude, absolutely solid. That's the most important thing in these events. Okay, so Fiery is being dropped from this event. Sleep thy rest is now. So let's give a shout out to the Whistler. If you're in chat, you're being elected here to go on the top 4. So Fiery, you're being replaced here. And let's end the group stage. And oh, why are these 2 gamers right here? It should be 4 players. Did I not set this up correctly? I believe I did. It should be... Oh my god, I didn't add 4. Oh well, whatever. This doesn't matter. But, so, the top 2 players are... if we go to the standings, is Inakura and Fufu. And then the top 3 and 4 are Whistler and Deimos. So what we're going to do is that we're going to start with Inakura versus the Whistler. And then we're going to do Fufu versus Deimos. And then the winner of those games will then be moving to the grand finals. Whistler told me to go fuck myself. Oh no. Does the Whistler not want to go to the grand finals? If that's not the case, we'll be going down the list until somebody says yes. Is there a prize for the highest Butchel score? I'll give you a shout out, Solid, if you had the highest Butchel score. I can live with being kicked out to be Deimos. No, Fufu, you're staying, buddy. So let's host the match. We're going to be swapping over to the game. And we are starting now with Inakura versus whoever the hell is 4th place, because Fiery is being a wimp. Oh, so both of you guys have the same lobby. So Ine or Whistler, I'm going to be joining Ine's lobby. Whistler, you got to join us. So let me move on to the observer. Time for your time, says Salty. What do you mean by that, Pixie? Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up with chat right now. Okay, Whistler has joined. Best of 50 Scarab for that insult. Yeah, what the hell, Fiery? It's a Saturday night, dude. What's the map? So, Enid, the map is gonna be, for the semi, Selenon Island. Selenon Island. To be honest, though, sleep is very important. Like, it's incredibly important. I get so tired past, like, 11:30. You go to sleep with 1 hour of sleep, dude. That's awful. Don't call me a grandpa, Becca. Jesus Christ. Oh, luckily I still have water. Let's go. Dude, shout out to everybody. We had such an efficient tournament. We're in the semifinals at 9:30 p.m. All right. Let's get the prediction going. Whoa! Let's start a prediction between who wins. The Whistler versus Ine. Oh, I'm trying to type it. Whistle. Okay, the prediction is now live for you guys. So start to gambling for some points. Ladies and gentlemen of the Grimdark Future, welcome to the first cast of the semifinals. Up in the north, we have the Whistler here with the Brother Captain and the Stormtroopers here for the Order Malleus. And down in the south, we have Inekura here with the Warlock. Ian is currently leading the charge in tonight's event, being completely undefeated. But will the Whistler lead the charge and overtake him? Anything can happen this game, so let's have a good one. Okay, we do see the Banshees coming out. A very, very powerful anti-range unit, as well as the Strike Squad on the way. No funny memes on the shoulder pads of the Order Malleus so far.
Adding support structure.
And yeah. Glad to see you guys are bickering in chat, guys. I love every single one of you that has showed up so far. Thank you for showing up in strength every single stream. Okay, up here on the side, we just the Warlock doing a little bit of range DPS versus the Stormtroopers. Doing a beautiful smite on them. Doing a chunk of their health already.
Adding warp generator.
Brother Captain waddling his way over to the victory. I see you, enemy! Enemy! Enemy!
You are my enemy.
Okay, Banshee's moving up. Does this might ignore cover? I feel like it did. It like really chunked these Stormtroopers. Okay, Banshee's immediately trying to shut down the Stormtroopers from capturing, forced to retreat on them. Kind of hate that my college work is always due every Sunday. Damn, dude, that sucks. It's due every Sunday because that means you can't really relax on the weekends, Brad. Dude, who fucking dropped 30,000 points right now? Who's the fucking maniac? Dude, I hope you lose, whoever fucking dumped their life saving. Okay, power generator bash coming out here from Enid. Stormtroopers doing a little bit of range DPS on the Banshees, but they're going to be pushed back. They're pushing. Oh, the Stormtroopers seem to jump in that building. Okay, no, never mind. Okay, they do jump in the building to prevent the Banshees from doing anything. Strike Squad is there, and actually, Whistler does manage to save his generator. Victory points are still equal as both a one-on-one victory points right now. Warlock. Oh, Warlock didn't get the full decap. Ine, what are you doing? Stormtroopers pushing back the Banshees. A little bit of mismicro here made Ine panic and forcing his Banshees to retreat right there. And ladies and gentlemen, Ine might be going 1-1-1 again for his build.
The foe seeks to deprive us of a vital resource point.
Hi, Alien. Thank you so much. I don't recognize your username often. Well, good to see you in chat, buddy. Strike Squad pushing back the Warlock. Warlock just kind of styling on these guys. Purgation Squad forcing the retreat on the Warlock. Really great engagements here for Whistler. Brother Captain holding down the fort on the right side of the map. And Whistler pushing back Ine right now. Weapons team is on the way. Gonna be defending the power node as the Purgation Squad was on the way to Power Bash. Sadly, this is going to be an early retreat here for the Order Malleus as they will not be able to breach the weapons team right there.
Moving to cover.
Okay, we do have the strike squad in the bunker, but the weapons team is going to be doing great DPS against it in ranged. Actually struggling to do any damage in there. Strike squad's going to slowly and surely whittle away at the weapons team. Stormtroopers on the flanks there. We do see the brother captain pushed back by the Guardians and the Banshees. Ine does have the Rangers on the field, getting their Pathfinders out. Strike squad do get out of the bunker for some reason and are getting blasted there by the weapons team. Fully suppressing, cannot move. Strike. Okay, we do see a smite there. Stormtroopers doing really good DPS. Long rifles knocking over the strike squad, now taking a bunch of damage. But the weapons team is pushed back as well. Rangers completely declowed, forcing a retreat here in the Stormtroopers. Okay, we do see the Guardians here and the Warlock pushing back on the wreck point here, trying to deplete the economy here for Whistler. Look at the brother captain and the purgation squad are there, forcing the Warlock back. Rangers gonna get a nice little cheeky decap on the Whistler, potentially triple capting. Okay, Banshees to engage as the Warlock as well, and the Banshees force the purgation squad back. Brother captain doing a smite there, pushing away the Banshees. Strike squad is also there, but Whistler very cautious with this engagement. Warlock doing a little bit of DPS right there. On the range, it likes to join us now. The Guardians are also there. Point blank smite there from the Paladin, from the Strike Squad, but the Banshees are feasting in melee. Brother Captain doing sensational DPS, also healing since he has the Unending Purge ability. Strike Squad, on the other hand, are getting pelted by the Guardians. Stormtroopers and Strike Squad are there, but the Rangers do get the cap, and now Whistler is triple cap, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Purgation Squad immediately shut down by the Warlock. Great micro there by the Warlock. Oh my god, the Stormtroopers are getting pelted to hell right there. Second strike, an Interceptor squad coming out here by the Whistler.
Tell me quickly what you wish.
Okay, weapons team is going to be setting up on this choke point, preventing the Order Malleus to defend their power generators. Okay, Order Malleus captain, brother captain here just getting bullied essentially. Ooh, Rangers doing great DPS there on the Purgation squad. But the Rangers cannot get spotted right now, so they can just run away. Weapons team setting up here for a last stand, but the Interceptors immediately jumping on top of the weapons team, forcing a retreat on them as well as on the Warlock. Guardians also forced a retreat, but the Banshees and the Warlock are there to counteract against the Interceptors. Brother Captain and Purgation squad immediately jumping. Suppression on the Interceptor squad. Good DPS on the Banshees, but they're being healed there by the Warlock, keeping them alive through all that DPS. Like, look at that. They're face tanking the Purgation squad. Really great micro using the channeling runes on the Banshees, keeping them healthy. Interceptors counter engage again on the Banshees as the Purgation squad is trying to retreat. Banshees forced to retreat right there. But Ina is just stalling for time, draining Whistler's victory points. Down 250 points right now, and tier 2 being researched by both players. Tom says, oh no, Inez is countering the brother captain by completely ignoring him. Yeah, it'll happen, man. This guy's a little bit slow. Okay, Stormtroopers. Okay, we did see the Strike Squad did get a back point there. Good showing from Whistler. But we might see another Falcon coming out from Ina this game.
Exile, prepare to lead your sisters. New warriors are available to join the battle.
Okay, Banshee's moving up here. We do have the aspect, I believe, of speed, right? Yep, after of Spleetness, as well as the Banshee Exarch being called in. Guardians do not have any other upgrades. And the first power bash of the game is going to be successful here for Enid as the generator goes down.
One less generator feeds our enemy.
Okay, no other upgrades for the Whistler. Interceptors do jump in, but the Banshees were already there waiting for them to jump. Nice counter engagement there from the Banshees. And yeah, Whistler in a very dire situation right now. Okay, Guardian Squad. We do see a Rhino coming out here from Whistler. ANA pulling up a massive amount of wreck and energy as well. Does complete the power bash in one generator. Well, I'm glad to have you here, Hi Alien. Glad to see another lover of Dawn of War, buddy. I'm chasing Indrid's flame, dude. I'm trying to learn and be the caster of this game, dude. Okay, Rangers doing great DPS there on the Strike Squad. pushing back the interceptors, and looking very, very dire here for the Whistler. Sub 200 victory points coming out from the Whistler. Ine just feasting right now. Almost captain requisition. He might be going just tier 3 early on. Rhino is on the field, giving the heavy bolter upgrade. As we do see a counter bash here coming from the Purgation squad. Brother Captain bullying the weapons team as a decap is coming out here. I feel like not getting the D-pack and just blasting with the generals would have been way more efficient here. Brother Captain doing great DPS on the weapons team, who were forced to retreat, but the Guardians have been pelting away at the Purgation squad, forcing a retreat. Brother Captain tagging the Guardians, and the Rangers preventing the cap on the Stormtroopers. Great reaction here from Ine. Oh, Brother Captain might be going a little bit too dire here. Gonna be suppressed here by the base turrets. Oh no, he has his AirPods in, ladies and gentlemen. The Brother Captain goes down to the base turrets. Rhino's here to be pushing back the Banshees, but the game might be swinging out of Whistler's favor as tier 3 is being bum rushed here by Ine. Yeah, not bashing was a massive misplay here from Whistler. He should have just deleted these generators. Fiery, thank you so much for the hero slain.
New strength from greater numbers.
Okay, weapons team trying to set up there with the Bright Lance. Does spot the Rhino, but the Rhino is going to be forced to retreat as the Bright Lance DPS does stack a lot. Sub 100 points here for Whistler as he is now currently triple cap. Blaze versus Ine, dives fucking base and dies. Tom, it sounds like you're fucking salty or something. Sub 60 points here for Whistler. Banshee's trying to get their poor fucking energy farm back. But the game, I believe, might be a little bit over here for Whistler. As we do see a D-cannon team being called here by Ine. Ooh, that's spicy. Okay, Rhino moving up, but that Bright Lance is going to be bullying it all to hell. A tiny bit, says Tom. 10 seconds left here on the clock for Whistler. And ladies and gentlemen, it might look like it might be GG. I don't know, guys. It might be a completely one-sided domination here from Whistler. Ine might have a stroke and completely fall on his keyboard, and Whistler might win. But 13 seconds left on the clock here for Whistler.
This place is now under our banner.
Adding support structure.
Okay, the second Ine gets these victory points is going to be GG. Okay, we do see the Stormtroopers trying to be cheeky and capture these points. Yeah, I'm solid. I literally agree. It's just the pressure. You're being casted. You're in a tournament. You're against somebody you know who is better. Like, it's a big aspect of that is a mental game. Okay, Brother Captain leading the charge here into the weapons team, fearing no alien nor Xenos. Rhinos charging in with the Bright Lance and the D-cannon starting to blast away. Interceptors jump behind the Warlock, trying to get the victory point. D-cannon using its ability, I think. Okay, nice damage there. Oh, the D-cannon ability. The Purgation squad does not see the wormhole. Does do a retreat, but they get sucked into the wormhole. Don't take as much damage because they were on the retreat path. Banshees immediately jump on them, trying to get a wipe there. 10 seconds left on the clock for Whistler as he has no victory points on the map right now. The Guardians got the decap on the side as there's now 6 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Ine will be proceeding to the grand final. GG's for Whistler and congratulations to Ine. Let's end this prediction and move on towards the next. So, looking back at the tournament, the next game is going to be Fufu Hunter versus Deimos. That's going to be a very, very interesting game. So, let's host that one. And it's going to be Deimos versus Fufu Hunter. Again on... It was Selenon. Where is it? Selenon Island. Fufu Hunter's already here. Let's move to the slot. Victory points, random run, and standard. Tom, are you gonna go all in again? Go all in, dude. Go all in. Go. I believe Deimos is Space Marines. I don't remember actually. Space Marines, yeah, Space Marines. Are you gonna go all in on your buddy Fufu, Tom? Are you gonna go vote for Deimos? What are we doing here? Oh. My cat is so adorable. Let it ride! Let it ride, says Breadnought. Don't worry, Fufu will throw. Listen to the voices in his own head. You lost to Fufu, so you can't bet on him. Will we have Thursday event, Scarab? Rebel, we will be having an event Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday next week as well, yes. Thursday event, I'm planning on doing a 2v2 event, Rebel. Let me tag Deimos in Discord. Deimos, are you ready? You're up. It would be funny just to throw Enib just for the giggles. Dude, come on. Dude, where is Deimos? Does anybody know where he is? Does anybody know him? Can anybody DM him? Is he in the bathroom having a break? Okay, Deimos has made it. And Deimos immediately locks in. It's up to Fufu here. Once Fufu Hunter readies up, we will begin the last-ditched effort to see who will win tonight's event. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get the prediction started. Start prediction. Who wins? Fufu versus Deimos. You guys have exactly 5 minutes to continue with your prediction. And ladies and gentlemen, let's get this game started. Get to gambling, guys. Get to gambling. Oh my god, a bunch of points being dropped already. Knowing Deimos, he will just A-move. Yeah, it is. Selling on Island. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final match of the semifinals. We do have Deimos here up in the north with the Force Commander. And we do have Fufu Hunter here with the Commando Knob. Thank you so much for the brain bug unit. Okay, we do have the scouts moving up here on the side, and we do see double sluggers coming out from Fufu Hunter. Do we see a dreaded mass or tier 1 army this game again? Tactical squads are on the field with the Ricardo shoulder leading the charge for our boy. Let's go. Slugger boy is leading the charge here. And we do see double scouts coming out from Deimos. Okay, Commando Knob getting an infiltration to scout ahead. Does spot the entire Space Marine army. Jumped into the bunker immediately just to be annoying and starts blasting at the scouts. Dropping a model instantly from the Knob. Whoa! The DPS of the Commando Knob bled a model on the scouts already. That was disgusting there from Fufu. Okay, Slugger boys do get the cap. Force Commander completely surrounded here. The Force Commander needs to be very precarious. Doing a little bit of a shindig right there. Tactical's getting bullied there by the Knobs, and we do see the massive Slugger boys. Very bad engagement here for Deimos. Forced to retreat and surrender the map control here to Fufu. Force Commander, on the other hand, is starting to complete a lot of models for these Slugger Boys. But the rest of the Orc army is on the way. Looks like Deimos is just trying to buy time here with his Force Commander. He needs to be very careful with the timing of his retreat. If he takes a little bit too long, he's going to be wiped here. Deimos, okay, Deimos does call the retreat. Orcs being called. So, ladies and gentlemen, will the Force Commander be knocked down by the Knob? Ladies and gentlemen, we do see an assassination from the Orc Slugger Boy, eviscerating the Lord Force Commander here. Deimos in an awful situation here from against Fufu Hunter. Fufu here smelling blood on the water. Nice hero slain there from Rebel. Oh my god, the DPS on the Commando Knob. I almost blinked and missed him. Whoa! Dude, that was a very painful there. Deimos needed to be very careful there with the retreat. And sadly, he took a couple seconds too late. The full surround from Fufu and using the wall ability here from the Slugger Boys, the active, to really pump up their damage. Okay, we do see the Slugger Boys. And look at this map control. The Shooter Boys, on the other hand, has completely covered the right side of the map. Force Commander going to be bullying. Okay, Force Commander immediately repurchased there for Deimos. Luda's coming out here from Fufu. Fufu trying out a new build with the Ludas. Double chop was his manly, says Aspect. Hell, hell yeah, Aspect. Okay, Tactical's moving up here. Deimos on the back foot in terms of the tempo. Fufu leading with 500 victory points so far. Luda's on the field. Okay, Scout Squad moving up. Tactical Squad moving up on the side. Yeah, we just see both players just moving around. Okay, Luda setting up here. Force Commander does shut them down. Slugger Boys counter-engaging. Ooh, one of the Ludas does drop there. The Slugger Boys will be turning around. Scout's going to be harrying the back of those Sluggers as the Tactical Squads do engage there. Force Commander trying to chase down the Ludas, but the second Luda is going to be setting up. Going to be suppressing the Force Commander here. Oh, dude, Deimos, do not lose your Force Commander again. Okay, Force Commander luckily retreats the correct way. Second Luda is going to be so double Ludas coming out here from Fufu. But luckily, Deimos does have the Assault Marines to counteract those double Ludas. Okay, Assault Marines taking a beating here from the power melee from the Slugger Marines. Losing a model already. Assault Marines do counter-engage, jumping away from the Slugger Boys. But so far, oh god, these Scouts are getting eaten alive by the Sluggers. That Scout does get a shotgun blast as he's the only model left. Almost gets wiped there by the shooters in the Commando Knob. The Commando Knob out here for blood. Slugger Boys duking it out with the Submarines. Submarines about to wipe those Slugger Boys. Tactical Squads being forced into melee by the Commando Knob, not to be able to drop the models there from the nice micro there from the Commando Knob. Generator's going to repurchase there by Deimos. Commando Knob completely surrounded, knocked over, ladies and gentlemen. Force Commander using his ability to do a lot of DPS in melee, but I believe the Commando Knob will be able to live there. Has 100 health and will be able to waddle away perfectly. Almost died, but luckily he managed to live.
The enemy is capturing one of our generator operational.
Okay, we do see the Shooter Boys capturing that, and we do see Deimos pushing up through the middle. We see triple Ludas for fucking Fufu. What is going on here? I think the third one might have been an Overwatch here from Fufu. I'm not sure if he meant to go triple fucking Ludas, but here we are. Dude, literally, if one Luda squad gets engaged, you have a second Luda squad. But if your second Luda squad gets engaged, ladies and gentlemen, you have a third. Just triple beamy. Okay, Scout's gonna be bullied here by the Orc shooters inside the bunker. Force Commander just kind of standing there menacingly, getting shot at. Okay, we do see the Ludas pushing up. It's literally some company of here tactics right now. The triple Ludas right now.
Go ahead. We shall make it so.
Hey, Shooter Boys moving up.
Scouts here. Go ahead.
And yeah, so far just Deimos here trying to find an angle of attack.
The enemy is
Oh god, these tacticals do not know what's waiting. This is a massive orc tier 1 army. Like, Fufu is going for a mass horde right now. We do see a suppression there on those tacticals. Like, literally, there's no angle of engagement here. There's just so many Ludas. Literally bring in the MG42. But Deimos does have the double cap on the Fufu Hunter right now. Fufu trying to counteract here with the Commando Knob. Beautiful engagement here with the Ludas staying hidden there. Giving the Space Marines a little bit of chance. They do get spotted. The Ludas do immediately start, but the grenade on the Ludas forcing the retreat. Nice cheeky grenade interaction right there. He should have probably not retreated. He should have probably committed there with the scouts. Salt Marine's going to be bullying the Commando Knob as he goes invisible. But on the other side, we do see the mass suppression here. A grenade on the Ludas prevents them and forcing the retreat. Force Commander getting focused fire for the DPS. Luckily, he does retreat there from not getting wiped. Is this the semis? Yes, this is the final semis panel.
the orcs are taking one of our strategic points.
Imagine seeing triple fucking shooters. Literally, I don't know what the fuck I would do if I saw triple shooters. Yeah, Assault Squad's desperately trying to shut down the Commando Knob as he gets spotted, but he does get the decap, surprisingly. His Scouts getting bullied here by the Commando Knob, but the Assault Marines doing pretty good DPS. But the Burnouts here are on the field. Commando Knob forced to retreat. The Scouts in a very precarious situation. Assault Marines trying to give chase here, but there's a lot of damage. Blast coming out here from the Scouts, but they're forced to retreat as well, as the Burnouts do great damage on the chase. Could my lovely mod snooze the ads, please? Because we're going to be getting ads in 5 minutes. Thank you. Okay, Scouts here going to be harrying the Slugger Boys. There's too much stuff. Like, getting more Assault Marines is kind of a bait. Both players getting tier 2 right now. Scouts shutting down the Slugger Boys. Force Commander immediately jumping on them. Going to be bleeding a lot of models here in the retreat. But we do see Fufu double capping here. Deimos. Deimos sub 380 points right now.
The time for battle is now.
Double nade from Invis. I think double nade from Invis could have actually worked, but he needed the shotguns though to counteract the mass amount of sluggers that he had. Okay, Scouts moving up, but then get suppressed there by the Ludas. Shotgun blast pushing back one Luda squad. Submarines then shutting down the other Ludas. Where's the third Luda to stop this? The Ludas do tag the Scouts in melee. Submarines in melee here with the Ludas, but the Ludas will be jumping on top of the building. The Scouts are actually losing the melee versus Ludas. Oh, that's painful. Submarines jump into that, but the other Luda squad is going to be in the building completely feasting here. The Scouts almost got wiped by the Luda melee. That was really painful. Shooter Boys gets shut down, but they still suppress the Assault Marines in melee there. Ludas actually will be blasting away from the side. Shooters moving into the arc of fire of the Ludas, preventing damage there from the submarines.
Force Commander has reached level 2.
And I believe those submarines will retreat. Here we do see the Ludas push back the Force Commander in the victory point. Double cap still on the stage here. Potentially a triple cap if these Ludas capture that. Deimos sub 300 points right now.
Accept defeat.
Okay, Shooter Squad's now attempting a power bash. And we do see a Razorback on the field. We do see a death threat being called here by Fufu. Okay, double Scouts do get the infiltration. And the Razorback is on the field, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we do have the Slugger Boys infiltrated there. Trying to do some little scouting. Immediately jump on the tacticals. Razorback is there to provide. Those tacticals need to jump on top of the Razorback. They're not getting inside of the Razorback. Forced to retreat. Taking tons of damage on the retreat though because of the burnouts. I believe they managed to get to live though because they're over 100 health. Submarines do jump on top of the Commando Knob, but there's nothing here to spot the hidden Slugger Boys. Submarines also forced to retreat. It's looking very dire here for Deimos. He's about to get triple cap. Ricardo Razorback. Dude, I fucking love that Ricardo on top of the Razorback. It's so good, dude. It's so good. Deimos is just winning on swagger alone. Oh, do we see some Stern Guard? Stern Guard on the field. But ladies and gentlemen, they jump accidentally right in front of the Depth Grid. That Ghost gets the charge in. Stern Guard do jump on top of the Razorback, but the Force Commander gets abandoned by the Razorback, forced to retreat through the Depth Grid, who gets one swing. Two swings, ladies and gentlemen. 49 health from the Force Commander, almost dropping to the Depth Dread there. Stern Guard doing a little bit of blink damage with their Kraken rounds right there, I believe. But the Depth Dread does get the charge. Submarines do get the Thunder and Lightning upgrade. Going to be throwing a Melt-the-Bomb on the Depth Dread, but the Stern Guard still in engagement with it. Melt-the-Bomb on the Depth Dread, forced to retreat on the Submarines though. And again, the Depth Dread is still too fast. The Stern Guard do not have a chance to turn around to shoot at it. We do see a beamy def gun on the Razorback. Okay, Stern Guard do turn around and start blasting away. Okay, Def Guard taking a massive beating, but we do see the massive Orc Wall pushing up here. Deimos just does not have anything to counter the triple Ludus, especially if they're all piled up right now. Beamy shooter guns just slowly away. Not slowly, that completely blasts the power generator. Commander not going to be leading the way. Curious to see if he throws a grenade there to try to stun something. Oh, the Razorback. What's this Razorback doing? The Razorback just throws its life away and dies in front of the Orc army. We do see a final stand here from Deimos, but it might be absolutely... Oh, it's a bloodbath, ladies and gentlemen. Submarines do jump in, but a little bit too little, too late. Depth Dread starts feasting in melee, starts blocking away and chomping away at the units. Force Commander trying to do something. Scouts also get full wipe. Ladies and gentlemen, GG is called and Fufu will be moving on to the grand finals tonight. The Space Marines lost their mouth. Select all and A move. Literally what happened. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Fufu Hunter. And let's end this prediction. So let's get the final game going and move on to the grand finals, ladies and gents. So, oh my god, Pilico's here. Hello. Grand finals. Fufu versus Inakura. Let's open up this slot and move to the observer, ladies and gentlemen, as we now select the first map of the grand finals. First map on the docket will be Seawall Frontier. So let's begin the prediction. Who wins Fufu versus Inakura? You guys have 5 minutes to predict, ladies and gentlemen. This is best of 3 in it. Ine, don't brush your teeth, buddy. Do that later. Let them rot. Thank you so much for the brain bug there aspect. Are you brushing your teeth with cocaine or something? And let's take a small break here. I'm going to go into a small bathroom break while we wait here for Ine, as he's now brushing his teeth, ladies and gentlemen, being a good boy. So I'll be right back as I head to the bathroom. But stay tuned. We'll begin the final grand finals best of 3 right there. Can we live observe the finals? No. So Yubel, I want to prevent as much lag as possible. So I do not allow any observers here. be some small bathroom break. I'll be right back. All right, ladies and gents, how is everybody doing? I'm back. Once y'all ready, we can start. Yeah, no, just a minute. Tom, what the hell? Listen, I make a solid 80 cents a stream with my ads, all right, buddy? You gotta support the Salty Scarab, please. Okay, Fufu's in the bathroom break anyways. Dude, Tom, you're gonna get run down by Becca, dude. Compound interest will see you become a billionaire. Dude, hell yeah. Okay, so both players are ready, ladies and gents, and we are gonna start it. 80 cents, he's got pennies. Let's go get him. No, Brett, don't get me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand finals first game. I hope you guys have gotten your Salty Scarab points betted because we have Ina here on the Warp Spider versus Fufu on the Commando Knob. Fufu been an absolute fucking menace this entire tournament, as well as Ina, who's gotten completely undefeated tonight. We do see Ain't potentially gonna go maybe 1-1-1 again, getting the Guardians, Banshees, and then Weapons team. But we do see double shooter boys here from Fufu. No double sluggers this time. Brings out a notebook. Show me your Spooter micro. Aspect, this is the time for you to learn from the dreaded Ine here.
It must lie fallow a while longer.
No cry, this is the grand finals. Okay, we do see the Commando Nod immediately start blasting on the Warp Spider, doing really good DPS. Warp Spider, that does teleport immediately into cover. Down in the south, we do see the Shoot-Up Boys force the Guardians into melee, granting an Orc Supremacy down to the south part of the map. Banshees are here, but I don't think they should engage because this is a massive Orc presence. Here we do see the dreaded duel fades. The Warp Spider trying to teleport, jumps into the building as this command. The Commander Knob is such a bully unit, tier 1. God. Warp Spider does a really beautiful amount of range DPS on the return fire, though. Oh, we do see a grenade coming out! Luckily, it's not a damage grenade. It's a stun grenade.
Orcs with guns. How novel.
What happened? Oh, did we not do it? I did do a bet, did I not? Okay, I'll be doing a bet momentarily. I apologize, guys. I thought I did a prediction. No, there is a prediction. You guys just missed it. The prediction was live for 5 minutes. Okay, we do see the Commander Knob getting incredibly dire here from the Guardians. Oh, do we see the Ninja? The Ninja Rangers! The Ninja Rangers stabbing in the back! Commander Knob really healthy. That 70 health will not be dropping. Okay, we do see a Power Bash here coming from Fufu. Really good plays. Swan, you gave me a heart attack. I was like, did I not do the prediction? Cornflux, thank you so much for the follow, buddy. Okay, ooh, we do see the Rangers get completely surrounded by the Orc army, taking massive... No, you know what? Not a lot of DPS. I was surprised. Because of the retreat, they didn't take that much damage. Banshee's doing a reverse power bash situation there. Corny Flox, thank you so much for the first time chat, buddy. Welcome to tonight's grand finals. Hope you have a grand old time here. Meowdy. Okay, Commander Knob pushing back here. Storm Boys being called out here by Fufu. Going to be shutting down the Rangers. No weapons team coming out from Mina so far. Guardians here going to be focused fire by the Daka here from the double shooters. Very, very strong 8-move blob right here. Rangers leading the charge. No long rifles right now for the Rangers. Rangers are just like little ninja guys right now with swords. Double Rangers, you bet, Aspect. Aspect is trained in the ways of the Eldar. Warp Spider getting bullied in melee and by range by the shoot of a Warp Spider getting very, very low. Sub 100 health, 43 health, just teleport out and manages to retreat. That almost gave me a heart attack. 25 health on that Warp Spider. Wow, you cut it close. Rangers being forced into melee to shut down the Shooter Boys. And we do see the Guardians and the Banshees trying to show up, but a little bit too late. The Storm Boys are there. Storm Boys are going to beat the brakes out of the Banshees, but we do see the aspect of fleetness being called in. Warp Spider does have the heavy Death Spinner upgrade, giving them a massive amount of range DPS. Guardians being bullied, and so far Fufu is leading the temple tonight. But victory points wise, he is behind. Ine has been also dominating map-wise. Warp Spider trying to do as best as he can in DPS, but the ranged focus fire. We do see a stun grenade coming out. Ine does retreat, so he does not lose his Warp Spider to that stun. Rangers do get the long rifles. Pathfinder gear has been upgraded. Banshees have also been upgraded. Knocking over the Commander Knob. Banshees full surrounding him, suppressing him, but then the Banshees get counter-suppressed by the Shooter Squad. Great DPS there on the Knob, who gets knocked over, but the Banshees desperately trying to get to him. The Commander Knob gets to live. Shooter Boys doing tons of ranged DPS there on the Banshee. Storm Boys do get a counter engage, but do miss. Nice reactive defensive maneuvering there from Fufu, but so far Fufu controlling the middle of the map right now. Okay, Warp Spider doing, ooh, great range DPS there on the Shooter Boys from the Warp Spider. Storm Boys on the sidelines there, trying to get a decap. Do counter engage on the Guardians, miss. Actually, never mind, they're not missing. They're going great, but the Guardians luckily jump on top of the building there, giving them a little bit of cover. Warp Spider and Rangers going to be doing a little bit of DPS. Storm Boys desperately shooting through the window, forced to retreat as they don't want to lose a model. Ine Ine banking on Rex right now. Yeah, good thing those Banshees retreated. That was a super delayed jump. Yeah, actually.
We are not alone here.
Okay, Slugger Boy's here, trying to engage on the Warp Spider. Commando Knob is there, but the Warp Spider using his blink. Just the Warp Spider is such a menace with his micro teleport. Guardian's being pushed back there. Slugger Boy's jumping on top of the Warp Spider. Warp Spider's getting completely surrounded, but again, the teleport, yeah, just like what Aspig is saying, Swan. Warp Spider is one of the best Elder heroes, but he's a massive skill check. Slugger Boy's getting very, very low here. Gets suppressed by the base turret. Fufu does notice, but there's one model left on those Slugger Boys. Warp Spider trying to take it out, but does not have another blink to take it out. Slugger Boys almost got wiped, and we do see a second Storm Boy squad. Oh, never mind. He canceled it. That might have been an Overwatch.
We welcome our fellow outcast.
Ine might be going tier 2 right now, so he has exactly enough energy going to be able to go tier 2.
We must teach these orcs their place.
They have fielded foot troops.
Okay, Banshees do engage here on the Commando Knob. Point blank grenade misses and forcing a retreat on the Commando Knob. Storm Boys do counter engage, shutting down the Rangers, forcing a retreat as they almost wiped the squad in melee. If they hadn't retreated there, they would have been full wipe. Guardians do get inside the building alongside the Warp Spider. No, that's just the Warp Spider, sorry.
I am in sight.
But the civilian structure taking a lot of damage. Only 100 health left on that building. It's been shot to hell the entire time. Guardians trying to get the capture. And tier 2 being researched first by Ina here. Probably going to do a Falcon Rush. Oh, the Storm Boys do counteract, but the long rifles do knock over the Storm Boys, preventing them from doing that much damage in melee. Warp Spider going to get engaged here, forced to retreat by the Storm Boys. Fufu might be able to afford tier 2. He can't afford tier 2 right now. Tier 2 is being researched by Fufu. Dude, I'm getting so fucking good at these timing, guys.
We would do our temple order.
Banshee's moving up here. Slugger Boys and friends doing their best.
A close quarters battle.
Okay, Rangers here, blasting slowly and surely at the Storm Boys.
The Bone Singers have delivered new gifts of war.
Storm Boys do counter engage, jump on top of the Guardians, forcing a retreat on the Rangers there.
We are losing a requisition point to the enemy.
Ooh, Storm Boys getting punished there heavily. Okay, Shooter Boys moving up, pushing back the Guardians. And ladies and gentlemen, we do have an Artark on the field being called on top of these Slugger Boys. Great map control. Oh, the Artark might be getting a wipe there on the jump. Might be bleeding another model. Oh, fails to connect there. Does do the leap. Desperately trying to catch another model. Does tag another model. I doubt she does have the speed for it. Okay, Artark does not jump. And we do see a Banshee's engaged on this Orc blob right there. Banshee's doing great DPS. The Artark is on the potential intercept. No, the Artark is actually getting the decap as his power now has been completely obliterated. Storm Boys do counter engage, jump on top of the Artark and be pushing her back probably. She does get the decap. Really good plays there from Ine. We do see a Warp Spider squad being called out, but there is a War Truck on the way here for Fufu. Yeah, the Artark is crazy. Yeah, getting your power stolen in a 1v1 is miserable because like those 3 generators are still providing energy to Ine. Warp Spider getting focus fire by the entire Warp Guardian, forced to retreat. And we do see the Warp Spider squad immediately getting the aspect of the Warp Spider upgrade. Fufu here with the Luda, with the truck on the way. Little cheeky little truck there, styling on us. Orcs moving to control the north as Ine has a 500 victory point lead over Fufu. Warp Spider is doing a great DPS on the knob, forcing a retreat there. War Truck going to be pushing back a lot of this Elder army, as they do not have a dedicated anti-tank right now. Except for the bomb. Bomb does slow the truck. Storm Boys immediately jump on top of everything. They do have the knob upgrade, making them very ferocious melee fighters. Is that an invisible truck? Okay. Storm Boys getting very precarious right there. Using their RD strike on the Warp Spider squad to guarantee their safety. War Truck going to be harrying down the Banshees and friends. Banshee's doing a little bit of damage to the War Truck as it's slightly armored. Okay, it's being literally run down by the Banshees, but they drop a bunch of sluggas in front of them, but the nice suppression there from the Banshees. Altark with the spear was doing most of the damage. That's just the Executioner spear. Slugga Boy's doing tons of damage there, but they're getting minced meat by the Warp Spiders. Get inside the truck, luckily. Storm Boy's here, and Fufu in a very precarious situation. Ine getting Wraith Guard right now to then solidify his victories right here. Yeah, the Banshees Altark are just such a crazy melee combo right now.
Their vehicle has honed in on my position.
Okay, we do see the Nob here retaking their own energy, but dude, losing your energy like this is painful. Fufu does not have the eco to recap it fully. Altark leading the charge there, but the Banshees are fully suppressed. Storm Boys do counter-engage, shutting down the Banshees. Altark isn't melee with the Shooter Boy squad. Sluggas do counter-engage, but ladies and gentlemen, we might see a wipe here on the Shooter Boy squad. Does luckily get reinforced here by the War Truck and gets to live. Altark reinforced back. Storm Boy is feasting at melee against the Warp Spiders. We do see the Wraith Guard trying desperately to shut down the Nob. The Storm Boys are pushed back, but they get counter-engaged by the Slugga Boys. Warp Spider, Exarch doing great DPS against these Slugga Boys are getting eviscerated on the charge there. Okay, we do see the War Truck pushing up. And ladies and gentlemen, GG is called by Fufu as Ine will be the first victor of this best of 3 grand finals. Congratulations for those that betted in this prediction, and let's give the points out. Ooh, Ine gonna get a favorite payout right here. So congratulations for all those that voted. And let's jump right back into the second game. Grand finals, best of Fufu versus Ine. Open the slot, move over here. And let's check. The next map is Seraph's Palace. Okay, both players are here. House 2.12, haven't played it. So far, it's really good. It's very stable. The balance is very... The meta's being tried to be figured out right now, Corny. So far, what I've noticed is the Imperial Guard are very strong with, in 3v3 specifically, with Ogren cheese. You can just spam Ogrens with the Lord General. But so far, I haven't seen anything egregious, right? Imperial Guard are still the Imperial Guard, just faction-wise. Not a fan of the map. Both players seem to hate this map. Yeah, I don't think the meta has changed, essentially, Brett. I agree. Map is fine, but an Eldar map. Okay, but I'm Duma Torales? Nah. No, Solstice Plateau, sorry. Solstice Plateau. So let's swap over here to Solstice. And if I lose... Yes. Okay, so Fufu requested a map change. We're going to Solstice, and then third is going to be going back to Seraph's. They're doing Deutschland over there, dude, literally. Hey, man, these are Fufu rolls. So these are your maps, lol. Okay, both players are ready, and we're going to be going over to Solstice Plateau. And ladies and gentlemen, let's get the prediction going before we start. / prediction. And get to gambling, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start it. Thank you so much, Aspic, for the brain bug again. Warlock, let's go! Dude, people are already donking a bunch of points in the prediction. Let's fucking go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second game of this best of 3. Up in the north, we have Fufu Hunter here with his dreaded Orca Commando Knob. And down in the south, we have Ine here on the Warlock now. No Warp Spider action. We do see the Shooter Boys moving up. And curious to see. So, Fufu was saying that this map is very choke point heavy. I don't know. I kind of like this map. Ooh, what the hell? My brains almost dropped there. But great DPS there on the Slugger Boys. Cheeky little smite there from the Warlock. People in question, Tom. I hate the map because of the weird piss filter, dude. This is like the early 2010s. 2010s on the Xbox 360 era, dude, when everything's piss colored. That was my favorite. Commando Knob on the way up. Yeah, Warlock leading the charge here. Great DPS on the Warlock. Oh, what happened to the Banshees? No, the Banshees are just chilling there. Warlock being pushed back here. We do see an early pressure here coming out from Fufu. Maybe might be doing a cheeky little power bash on one of the generators with his ranged over firepower. But the Banshees are going to be there attempting a flank, maybe. One of the generators at half health already. Commando Knob trying his best to harry down the Banshees. Banshees do jump on top of the Commando Knob. Commando Knob trying to force melee into the Banshees. Does manage to get into melee with the Guardians there. Slugger Boys do push back the Banshees, who took a ton of damage. And ladies and gentlemen, Fufu does commit to an early power bash. Does get it. Commando Knob gets knocked over. Incredibly dire. Could be wiped out by the Warlock. Point blank smite does not get him. As the Warlock, ladies and gentlemen, gets peppered down by the Sluggers. Almost wiped. Both players almost losing their heroes here. Guardians getting pelted here by all the dock of fire from the Shooter Boys. But they're in cover now, but also forced to retreat. Weapons team is here, immediately going to shut down this push here by the Shooter Boys. But great plays here from Fufu setting up the tempo. Oh, you assume that he misclicked and the Banshees weren't capturing? That's painful if that's what happened. We do see here Fufu fanning out to control. Fufu and Ina just yapping at each other. For fuck's sake, that peppered down always reminds of Dave Chappelle. Why? Why Thomathan? Tom, do you mind if I call you Thomathan, or what would you prefer me call you? Just Tom? It's a name of endearment. I love that half of the map has been touched. Dude, literally the entire city has not even been captured, dude. These two people are just beating each other's brakes here over the power generators. Oh, link it to Thomas. Fine, alright, Tom. Okay, Storm Boys immediately shut down the weapons team. Great plays here from Fufu. Commando now parrying the Guardians. Warlock gonna be doing great DPS there on the Shooter Boys, but the Storm Boys force the weapons team all the way back. Warlock just chilling here in the sidelines, just wasting Fufu's time, essentially, is what he's trying to do here. So far, look at the victory points, though, because Fufu has not captured his home objective here. He is bleeding wreck points like crazy. Already lost 110 points here. Warlock getting bullied here by the Sluggers, forced to retreat. Tom plus insert random wordy. Yeah, literally. Fufu needs to desperately play for the left side of the map. He's falling behind on eco.
We'll figure that boost right out.
Okay, weapons team moving up again, trying to shut down, but the Storm Boys will immediately counter that. Okay, Storm Boys do shut down the weapons team, forcing an early retreat. And I'm curious to see what Fufu's plan here. Yet another power bash? Warlock is there. Fufu desperately trying to keep Ina there stuck in tier 2, but a second weapons team is being called there. Beautiful smite there on the Warlock. And ladies and gentlemen, we do see a counter power bash here from the Banshees doing great DPS there. But there's a Slugger Boys with Burna, so they'll be able to do a little bit of damage against the Banshees. Tom Bucklery. Okay, Slugger Boys pushing back here, the Banshees. Commando Knob on the sides. No upgrades for the Commando Knob, but we do see the Immolator there from the Warlock. Warlock doing a little bit of range DPS. But the map control is vicious coming from Ine. Tomalania's Vislas. What the hell is that one aspect? Oh, the suppression of the Commando Knob, forcing him back there. Second weapons team also setting up nice stun there. Okay, we do see the infiltrated Sluggers do jump on top of the weapons team doing great DPS. But the Guardians are already immediately there to... Oh my god, the damage on that weapons team. Second weapons team also forced to retreat. Warlock also jumped by the... Oh, ladies and gentlemen, do we see a wipe here? Oh, the damage, 22 health. The Storm Boys desperately trying to connect. 10 health on the Warlock. But the... Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, we had the first character wipe of this game as this two Slugger Boys just styled on that Warlock, dude. Let's fucking go. Is that what Fufu needed to come back in this game? But he is triple capped right now. It is a dire situation map control wise. Thank you so much for the character wipe there, Aspect. Banshees are here perfectly to contest the Sluggers. Their burn is doing really good DPS, but they're going to be now suppressed in melee by the Banshees. Doing a lot of damage. Commando Knob there used to be peppering down. I believe the Banshees are equal in strength right now versus the Sluggers, but are forced to retreat. Fufu desperately needs to solidify his control of the city. Banshees are literally just buying for time, literally. Those two Sluggers sharing the same brain cells, they were beating the brakes out of that Warlock. Okay, Warlock being repurchased here for Ine. And Fufu going tier 2 first. Warlock doing a little bit of a slice and dice and smites the Slugger Boys there. Okay, weapons team here getting bullied by the Orcs. Second weapons team is going to be suppressing the Shooter Boys. Storm Boys do immediately shut that down. Beautiful plays from Fufu's Rocket Boys right there. Guardians going to be bleeding a couple models here in the retreat because of the Storm Boys. God, they're taking so much damage. Fufu still trying to control this, but look at this. Ine shut down the cap on the side again. And if he captures that, it's going to be very painful. Luckily, the Commando Knob is here to prevent this. Fufu is bleeding victory points very rapidly, but he's winning these engagements. Will be reaching tier 2 first. Okay, oh my god, the Elder is just like owning the Commando Knob. But we do see an engagement here. Banshees engaging on the Shooter Boys. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the Storm Boys were forgotten about and they dove a little bit too quickly. The Banshees are in a direct intercept path. This is going to be a very, very painful loss here for Fufu. Unless there's no way. There's no way he lives. What? That is the luckiest Storm Boy of this game, dude. That actually was almost game losing there for Fufu. Jesus Christ, how did they get out?
God's lessons are beautiful. I was like, who put this fight together?
I love that redeem. Dude, that literally would have lost Fufu the fight if he had lost those Storm Boys. Oh, nice. Actually, that literally crazy that pathing saved him. Weapons team going to be locking down here. Slugger Boys just kind of staring down the Banshees. And ladies and gentlemen, we do see a Death Threat on the field. I'm kind of precarious though, as one of these weapons team can easily swap into a beam laser to destroy it. Sluggers do engage the Banshees. Shooter Boys do prevent those weapons team from coming back. Banshees on the way over there. And we do see the Death Threat leading the charge again to maybe get a power bash on Ine, making him start here. Warp Spiders are on the field and doing great DPS on the Shooter Boys. Death Threat does have the double burn of Bids. Death Threat immediately needs to start chomping at those generators. Fufu cannot... Oh, bomb going on the Death Threat, doing a little bit of damage. Okay, we do see the Knob here engaging on the Warlock, getting a 1v1 of the dual fates. Storm Boy's doing tons of damage, but the weapons team does have the last cannon right there. Death Threat going fucking crazy. bleed a couple models off those Guardians, did great DPS there. But the Beam Gun here doing sensational damage on the Death Threat. The Bright Lance doing half of its health already. And the Banshees do have the aspect of strength. But the Death Threat does turn around, doing great DPS on them back. The Shooter Boys tried to shut down the weapons team, but the weapons team is fully set up. That Death Threat, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be going down to the Bright Lance here. Oh no, the Shooter Boys as well. Oh, the Shooter Boys go down. The Death Threat also goes down. Fufu has lost a great chunk of his army right now. Incredible painful loss right there. That might be GG, as now Fufu's sub 180 points compared to Ina's 492 points. It's so Joseph H over. Fufu was really doing great at the beginning of this game, but Ina is just in a different class altogether, ladies and gentlemen. Have you learned anything new aspect from watching Ina play? Ina's a really great Eldar player. Okay, we do see the knob here on the Storm Boys. Thank you so much for hosting the tournament. So, no, of course, Solid. I'm keeping these events coming as long as you guys keep showing up. Genuinely enjoyed it too. Fiery, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. You were crashing out on Thursday over those 3v3s, buddy. I'm glad you turned around. Yep, it's great that we have these events now. But dude, I'm glad, guys. Listen, I'll keep this train going strong. Warp Spiders almost got wiped there. Yeah, I shouldn't try to win tier 1. Absolutely. I don't know, like, Ina likes to get 1-1, but he likes to get 2 weapons team. I kind of like Ina's playstyle. He doesn't go double Guardians. He gets one of each to have an answer to everything. Fiery, I'm not going to make stacked 3s. It's a little bit too crazy. I might make Thursday's event a 2v2, though. Yeah, I'm absolutely not touching 3v3 with a 40k pole. Okay, Weird Boy here doing a little bit of DPS. Oh, we do see an Autarch being called on top of these Saga Boys, doing tons of damage with the grenades right there. Luckily, the Weird Boy there is to provide a little bit of support with the puke. Autarch immediately jumps on top of the Shooter Boys, preventing the cap, as now Fufu is bleeding victory points. Banshees getting their almost completely wiped. Actually, might get wiped here. Liz with 14 health. Oh, those Sluggers should have kept chasing. They probably could have gotten the wipe there. Okay, Autarch still going crazy style. Leaping to get a small heal and then forced to retreat. Warlock here on the sidelines. Great DPS here on the Warlock, but I don't know. The game might be just over here for Fufu. Storm Boys immediately shut down the Warp Spiders, but the beautiful micro from the Warp Spiders with that blink. Oh, we do see the assassination here on the Warlock, ladies and gentlemen. He does get bashed here by the Storm Boys. 47 seconds left on the clock here for Fufu. That orc just fucking special on Autarch? Yeah, literally. Okay, weapon team maybe suppressing there the commando knob, preventing the decap. Banshees do spot the commando knob. Warp Spiders doing great DPS there on those Saga Boys. 20 seconds left here on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's looking very dire here for Fufu. Autarch does jump on top of the Shooter Boys, preventing them. Weird Boy moving around to do a mass suppression there at melee with his puke, shutting down the Banshees, but GG is called. And tonight's grand victor of our 1v1 single faction tournament will be going over to Ine, who is now the victor, undefeated this entire event with his dreaded Eldar. Congratulations to Ine and GG to Fufu. Thank you all for showing up in strength, guys. It's been an absolute delight to host tonight's event. And congratulations to Ine for winning tonight's prediction. So, we have many more events planned for next week. Tuesday is going to be a community night. We're going to be casting replays and doing 3v3s with the community. If you have any fun replays you would like me to cast, send them my way, and I'll be doing a bunch of replays on Tuesday. Thursday, I'm gonna be planning on doing a 2v2 night. So get excited for that. We might do a custom map pack for that. I'll speak with Mickey about that so we get some cool maps for it. And then Saturday, if the Eldar hotfix is out, we'll do another grand tournament for the Eldar. Thank you all for showing up. Fufu, glad to see you in chat. GG's, dude, you put up a great fight. You sent me a fun replay aspect. Dude, thank you. I'll showcase that on Tuesday. And ladies and gentlemen, let's find a channel to raid to spread the love. And thank you all so much for showing up, guys. It's been an absolute delight. And who is live right now that we can raid? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's go to the creator dashboard. Let's get a raid. But if you guys have anything else you guys want to say, thank you all for showing up. If you have any suggestions of what type of events you would like to see, please send me a DM. I'm very active on Discord and on the Elite Discord team as well. If you have any feedback in terms of balance, please mention it in the Elite More Discord because we're still working on the patches. And yeah, let's see. Is there anybody we want to raid? Raid the channels. Let's see. No. Whoa! Not that many right now live, but ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for showing up. I love every single one of you, and GG's. Bye-bye!